92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
A girl named Erica is on the phone with us today for a second date update. Her email described her situation as something that pissed her off.
Ooh.
In all caps. She's confused, embarrassed, and furious. In other words, just a typical day for most girls that I know.
Wow.
But apparently
Really?
something happened on her date that she's very angry about. Erica, how are you?
I'm good, you guys. How are you?
Good. You must be in a great mood.
I'm really not.
I'm not surprised at all. Your email sounds like you're actually really angry. Tell us a little bit about who you want to call today for your second date update.
Well, I met this guy, Jordan, at a club, and I just want to see what the hell happened.
Okay,
Did
so
you get-
start off with what the hell got us here. What happened?
I went out with my girlfriends a few nights ago. We went to a club and having a good time. You know, really wasn't going to meet anybody. I just was going out with my girlfriends, and I met Jordan, and we met on the dance floor, basically, because you can't hear anything at the club. It's very loud. And he did, like, this little cheesy dance move, and I just thought it was charming. I thought he was cute. I
Yeah,
loved his
when you're on the dance floor, the typical move is you come by and you put your hand in the small of her back.
Yeah.
Or you just kind of clench her hips a little bit and just say, hey, what's up? Women like that a lot, don't they?
You just give me chills describing that. It's so creepy, dude.
So this guy did a cute little dance move, and you guys ended up dancing together. Did you talk at all?
I mean, we tried. We really, you can't hear. I mean, literally, you're standing, like, on top of one another and dancing together, and you can't hear one another. All you can do is just smile and dance.
Right. So did you guys go somewhere after that, or did you do a date later?
We did. We talked about going to really, like, a quiet bar that was down the street, and we decided to meet up there. So I told my girlfriends that I was going. I told them exactly where I was going. And they wanted to come with me, but I said I was okay, and I took myself there.
All right, and how was it when you actually got a chance to talk to the dude?
Well, this is what happened. I got there, and I picked a spot in the bar where, you know, when people walk in, you can see.
Right.
And we did exchange numbers, so, you know, we would have each other's numbers. And I sat there, and I waited, and I waited, and I waited some more, and literally I waited half an hour. Half an hour.
Didn't you think it was kind of weird that you guys didn't walk to a bar together?
Well, I wanted to say goodbye to my girlfriends, let them know where I was going,
Yeah.
and then I left after saying goodbye to them. And so I figured he would be there waiting for me.
So
Instead, it was the other way around.
You waited 30 minutes for him and then you gave up, or did you wait longer?
No, I texted him. I was like, where the hell did you go? Where are you? So he texted back, and he said something came up with his mother.
Whoa.
Okay, why are you
Okay.
so angry?
Well, it sounds like an excuse.
Why? Because we had just talked about meeting up at this place, like...
But you're not invested. I mean, it's just some dude you met on the dance floor. I mean, you really actually liked him that much?
I mean, he totally ditched me, and he used some lame-ass excuse, excuse my language, he used a lame excuse about his mother that just happened.
What if we call him for the second date update and something really did happen with his mom? Are you going to feel bad?
No.
There is no possible way. I mean, yes, anything's possible, but there's no way in that half an hour that something happened with his mother.
Okay.
So you're certain that the mom thing is a lie, so why do you think he ditched you?
Because he probably met some other, like, hot on the floor and decided to diss me. I don't know.
So he found something better is what you're thinking.
Well, probably in his mind he found something better. Maybe more instant. Maybe he was instantly satisfied in the club bathroom.
Whoa.
Whoa. Sounds like a good night to me.
Yeah.
I'd be too tired to meet up with you a half hour later. I'd be asleep in one of the stalls.
Whatever happened, he should have at least been honest with me and give a little respect. I mean, we just made a plan. Text me. Don't give me some excuse about your mother. Just say, listen, something came up. I'll call you tomorrow. Let's go on a proper date.
Uh-huh.
I don't know.
Have you tried to text him since that night?
Hell no.
Okay. So this is just the last thing you heard from him was saying that something came up with his mom, and then you guys haven't talked at all.
That's it.
Do you have like a lot of pent up anger about like just dating in general?
You know what? I'm tired of the bullshit. I really am. I'm tired of it. I'm starting to get the idea that the lesbians have the right idea. This is ridiculous.
All right, so bottom line, you got ditched by this guy. You're pissed about it, and you want us to call him and ask why he did it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you want a second date?
I don't know. Let's hear what he has to say. I don't know if I would want to go out with him.
Do you know anything about him at all?
I know that he's a jerk, and he blew me off, and I want to know why.
All right, well, we'll play a song, come back, call him, and get your second date update, okay?
Yes.
All right, hold on.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
Right in the middle of a second date update, and if you're just tuning in, Erica is on the phone. Today, she wants to call a guy named Jordan. I'm actually excited to call Jordan, too, because I think he and I have a lot in common. I know for me, every time I've met a hot girl out at the club and we've ended up making out on the dance floor, I'm thinking about one thing and one thing only, my mom. And that is exactly what happened to Erica. Apparently, she met this guy, Jordan, while they were out at the club. They danced a little bit and then made plans because they couldn't really talk to each other to go to another bar. So she left to go to that bar. She waited for half an hour. He never showed up. And then all she got was a text from him saying, "Sorry, something came up with my mom." She thinks that's an excuse and that she got ditched. Erica, are you ready to give Jordan a call?
I'm just whatever,
I mean, if we were girlfriends and I was giving you advice, I would tell you to let it go and not waste your energy on this guy.
Normally I would agree with you, but this happens so often that I just want an answer. I'm pissed that he ditched me, and I just want to find out why.
All right, well, I'm going to dial his phone number right now and see if we can get that answer for you. Here we go.
Hello?
Hi, can I speak to Jordan, please?
This is him. Who's this?
Hey, Jordan, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning.
From who?
Brooke and Jubal in the Morning. It's a morning radio show.
Oh, okay. Is this like a job?
A job? Is that what
No,
you just
did
said?
you apply for a job at a radio station?
I don't know. No.
Okay, well, no, it's definitely not for a job. I have a couple of questions for you, though, if you have a minute.
Okay.
So the reason that I'm calling you is because we actually got an email about you from one of our listeners.
Me?
Yeah. It's a girl that you met out at a club. I would call it a date, but you didn't really go out on a date. You guys kind of made out on the dance floor, and then you made plans to meet her later at another bar, but never showed up. Her name is Erica.
Oh, yeah. She was good.
Okay, she was good. All right, so you remember Erica. Well, Erica emailed us because she's confused as to why you didn't show up at the bar like you were supposed to.
Oh, yeah. I really wanted to. Like, she's really cool. I wanted to see her a lot, but I just couldn't,
Why not?
No.
It's just not the right time.
It's not the right time, but you hung out with her for a little while before that.
Oh, yeah. That was really fun. She was amazing.
Oh my
Okay,
God,
so
when
you had
say
a great time with her. She was amazing. She was hot. All that stuff. We're just calling to find out why you blew her off at the other bar. She said you sent her a text message that said, "Sorry, something came up with my mom." So did you lie to her about that?
I didn't lie, but I might have stretched the truth.
Nothing. So nothing came up with your mom at all. Then
Not really.
So you lied.
that's a
All
lie.
right, can you just be honest with us? Why did you ditch her at the bar? It's very obvious that you did.
I really wanted to hang out with her. I want to, but timing is everything, and right now I'm just dealing with a lot of personal stuff.
Are you in a relationship right now? Is that what the story is?
No, I'm very single.
Okay.
Okay, you're very single, but you're dealing with some personal stuff.
Yeah, like stuff.
So
No.
you want? I don't understand what stuff you're talking about at all, actually. But you do want to see her again.
I would love to see her.
Can you give us a timeline on when you'd like to see her again?
What is...
It depends, but maybe a week.
Maybe a week.
Maybe.
Why
Look,
haven't
hey,
you?
how about this? Can you just give us anything? She's really confused and it kind of like hurt that you would blow her off at that bar.
You guys promise not to tell her.
I promise.
So I really did want to hang out with her. The truth is, I actually did go to the bar.
Okay.
It's just that they wouldn't let me in.
They wouldn't let you into the bar?
Why?
They found out I had a fake ID and took it away.
Wait, you're not
They
21?
confiscated your fake ID?
No, I'm not.
How old are you?
I'm 18.
You're 18 years old?
Oh my god.
Yeah.
What the Are you kidding me? You're 18?
What the hell's going on?
Oh, Jordan, that's Erica. She's
Oh, my
actually listening
gosh.
to the phone call and wanted to talk to you.
Are you serious?
Sorry.
No, are you serious? I cannot believe that I'm hearing this.
You guys said you'd never say anything. Isn't this illegal?
Well, no, technically I didn't say
You're
anything.
illegal.
Technically, well, not necessarily.
Well,
he
in
is
the
legal.
bar.
He's 18. And I didn't say anything, Jordan. You technically
Oh,
did.
Jordan.
She just heard it.
You guys ruined it, man. Are you serious? I don't even know what was going to happen. Oh my God. I was going to get some.
Oh my gosh, Jordan.
Yeah, I don't think so, Jordan.
Oh.
I was
yeah?
definitely going to find out how old you were. You are.
Is that why you
Oh,
were
my
all
God.
up on me at the club?
Erica, I have to know, how old are you?
Me, I'm 26 going on 27.
And making out with 18-year-olds. Nice
Hey,
work,
girl.
You get it.
Erica.
All right, look, everybody relax over there, okay? This is up, all right?
Did you make out with him?
Yes, I made out with you.
Oh,
Whatever,
yeah.
it's a club, okay?
Well, Erica, in your defense, you didn't know that he was 18. And in Jordan's defense, nice job, Jordan.
No, but in all honesty, I really do like you. Can we please hang out?
I don't think so, Jordan. I don't think that's ever going to happen in this lifetime ever again.
Jordan, are you...
But why?
Why? I am closer to 30 than I am to 20, and I am looking for something long term. I'm not looking for you.
I'm way more mature than you think. Age is just a number.
Yeah, I don't think so, Jordan. It's never going to happen. I need someone older, someone who actually has a driver's license that's legal, not a fake ID.
I have a driver's license.
No, she means
Yeah, like
she means one that is actually of your age and that you're not using to get into bars, Jordan.
Look, I don't want to argue with you, Erica. Can we just please talk in person without all of this mess? What is this?
Jordan, have you
trying.
Are you
even
serious?
graduated high school? I mean, you're 18, buddy.
I'm about to.
Oh, wow.
Erica, are you...
high school scene.
He realized that you made out with a high schooler in the bar.
You could go to prom.
You know what? That's disgusting. I cannot believe that I made out with a high school senior.
Well, then let me ask the
Big
question.
deal.
Let me ask the question. Jordan, would you like to go out on a second date with Erica? We will pay for it.
I would love to. Plus, you can get some from me that night.
Ooh, there you go, Erica.
Oh, my God.
Experienced man.
I can't even respond. I'm disgusted. I can't. I have nothing.
You responded at the club.
Wow. Jordan, you might be 18, but the confidence on you is amazing, man. Erica, you might want to think about dating him because he's got the kind of mentality that could make him a millionaire by the time he's 25.
I am no way in hell dating a teenager. There is no
Teenager?
No.
Tell you what, Erica, in a few years when I've matured to your standard or whatever you want, can we please talk?
No, Jordan. Go find yourself a cute little 15-year-old and go make out in a park somewhere.
Hey, Erica,
Wow.
the second date update was obviously not successful for you. You didn't get a second date. I just want to leave you with one more thing before we finish this up.
What?
I just want you to think about all the stuff that's being said about you in locker rooms at high school.
So mean.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Take away your things and go.
If you're just tuning in for the second date, one of our listeners, Forrest, accidentally fell asleep in the middle of his first date with a woman named Chrissy.
It may be dangerous to play this music.
I know, you gotta be careful. But it's because after dinner, they went to a department store so Chrissy could pick up a few towels really quick before Forrest was gonna drive her home in his new used car. And while he was in the store, Forrest made the mistake of laying down on one of the mattresses, and he dozed off.
Oh, man.
By the time he woke up, he had no idea how much time had passed, but Chrissy was gone, and he hasn't been able to reach her since. So now he's hoping we can call her so he can say, "Hey, Mama, you know there's room on this mattress for two, right?"
Oh, no.
Yeah, you want some of this Tempur-Pedic?
Can we not say
That's
that?
not going to
Let's
save
not.
us.
Oh, maybe he just wants to get another chance at a date.
Yeah.
Sleep number.
Okay.
I'm just saying, it's a line that you can
Okay.
use if you want to,
No.
Forrest. Feel free.
I guess I might use it if I'm desperate, but hopefully not.
Oh, okay.
I hope not.
Oh, man. I mean, hopefully this is just a big miscommunication.
Or a
guess
total lack of
lack-
communication from being asleep.
But you know what I mean.
Yeah. All right, Forrest, how are you feeling?
I'm feeling kind of confident, I feel like you guys are going to do a good job, and that she's going to give me another chance.
Okay.
Well, you should listen to the show more.
Yeah,
But all
that is-
right.
As long as you're not feeling sleepy, then I'm ready to do
Okay.
this.
Good point, Jeffrey.
Okay.
He's right.
You ready?
No, not sleeping. Yeah, ready.
All right, here we go. I'm going to dial the number.
Hello,
Hi, I'm looking for Chrissy.
this is she. May I ask who's calling?
Yes, you may, Chrissy. This is Jeffrey from the radio show Brooke and Jeffrey in the Morning.
Oh, did I win something? Because I don't think I what?
In a way, you may have won something.
New car.
Yeah. No.
Don't tell her that.
No, we're not going there. But I am calling on behalf of one of our listeners who's trying to get a hold of you.
Oh,
His name's Forrest.
okay.
That's less excitement.
Yeah, she was more excited when we were joking about the car.
I know.
I'd rather win something.
Okay, well,
Don't blame you.
here's the deal. We're doing something called a second date. I'm not sure if you're familiar, but it's where if you go out with someone and afterwards, if they're not calling you back, you can email our show and we'll reach out to that person for you to try and figure out the reason why.
What do you want me to say? You literally want me to tell you exactly why I don't want to see him again?
Well,
Yes,
it sounds like
that would be
there's-
great. Thanks.
Yeah. Yeah, Jeffrey's right.
I feel bad for him. It's really embarrassing. I mean, it doesn't do anything to me, I'll tell you. I don't know if he told you after dinner, he took me to this department store that I really needed to go to because I needed to get a gift for someone.
Yeah.
He told us that whole story, and He did, and he feels extremely embarrassed about falling asleep on the mattress there.
Did you even know he fell asleep?
So we did tell you that. So what happened was I went into the department store to get towels. I thought he was just one area away, but it turns out he wasn't. And I was searching for him for a good 10 minutes. I thought he ditched me.
Right,
Yeah.
which is a terrible feeling. I mean,
No, terrible. But then I saw him actually in the corner laying on a mattress. But did he tell you it wasn't an adult mattress? It was a kid-sized bed, like a child bed.
No.
No, he didn't.
But no, that's not even the worst part. Not only did he fit and he was curled up in the fetal position, but he was sucking on his thumb and the other hand was down his pants.
Shut
He didn't tell you that part, did he?
No, he didn't say anything about that.
Hey, that's just a natural reflex.
I
Leave him
know.
alone.
Jose's really defensive because honestly, Jose's a thumb sucker.
Yeah, my hand's down my pants right now.
That too. That's a
totally
different
won't
thumb.
happen
Yeah.
without thinking.
Okay, so you see this, and then what do?
I didn't want to wake him. I wanted to get out of there as soon as possible. I called an Uber and I left.
Dude,
I mean,
Come on.
And imagine being the person that knows the person that fell asleep on a child-sized bed.
But think about it. Have you ever been walking and they have those cool kids beds that you used to want when you were little that has the fairy canopy that hangs over it?
yeah,
Have you
any
ever
canopy.
wanted? I mean, all the pillows. Makes me want to lay down in it.
but you don't.
Well, I
Exactly.
don't. I'm saying
You
it's
don't.
You
strange.
definitely don't on a first date.
No, but I'm just
But-
trying to get some empathy towards this guy.
Here's the thing, Chrissy. I don't even know if Forrest knows that he was doing that. Or maybe he was hiding it from us when he omitted it from his story.
Yeah, he did not tell us that.
No, but there's a way we can find out for sure.
Okay. How? You just check later?
No, because he's actually on the other line listening right now, and he wants to talk to you.
Oh, This is so awkward.
Yeah,
I
I'm
really,
sorry.
I didn't know he'd be on the line like this. I don't know what to say.
It's
Sorry.
part of the thing we do.
I ate a bunch of fish and chips before this, and I fell asleep mid the thing, and then I forgot. But he's there. Forrest, you there?
Yeah, sorry. It's just taking a moment to process everything. This is a lot of new information that
Look, this is just as awkward for me as it is for you because I'm the one that let people know what you did. Like,
Why are you embarrassed? I don't get
it's
that
just
part.
so weird. You know, this is.
You could have just woken me up. You could have found me. You could have been like, hey, I would have immediately.
I barely know you, and you fell asleep sucking your thumb with your hand down your pants. Like, if I had gone up to you, then everyone there would have known that I was with you. And like,
Now I get it.
Oh, I see.
Now I get it.
I mean, it was just I fell asleep because I had so many fries, and I guess I just felt really comfortable.
yeah, you're still like digging yourself a hole here. Like, it doesn't make me feel any more secure that like you felt comfortable with me enough to eat to your body's desire.
And
Like,
Forrest, when you were talking to us, you said that you were laying down on the mattresses, testing them out to buy them. Why are you testing out a children's mattress?
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
It wasn't a children's mattress. It was like
Yes, it was.
Twin,
Yes, it
a
was.
twin mattress.
Okay.
Wait,
What-
Forrest, I know money can be tight at times, but you're a grown man in a twin mattress.
You were going to
Yeah.
bring her home into that?
Exactly. That is what I'm thinking. You have women come home with you and put them in a twin-size mattress?
She's embellishing a little bit. It wasn't that small. It was
No,
smaller.
I'm not.
but
Like, stop. You realize you just keep looking ridiculous.
No, it was the same bed you'd get in a college dorm room.
It's not any better.
Dude, you're almost 30. You're almost 30. Do you really want to say it's the same bed?
But Chrissy, don't women always say it's not the size of the bed, it's how you use it?
Yeah, and women that say that are lying, okay? That is a lie that we tell you guys to make you feel better.
she's right.
Women say that, but it's not true.
Yes.
Okay, well, maybe he can go back to the store and get a California King.
No, I'm not interested in that. I'm interested in the bed I had in college because that's where I got the most action.
Okay.
Seriously?
Oh my God.
Well, this is going terribly, but I need to
I
ask.
think it's going
I'm
great.
really done with this kid. I can't.
Well, before you're officially done, I have to ask you, Chrissy, would you be willing to go out on one more date with Forrest?
No.
You could take his mattress for a test drive.
That? No.
No, she literally called him a kid.
Okay, but we would pay for it. How about that?
How about you just give me the money?
I don't
Pay
think
for
that-
the towels that I bought.
Yeah, no, that's not an option. I'm sorry, Chrissy.
Chrissy, if you didn't find me asleep in that department store bed, you and I would be asleep on it together right now.
Oh.
No, because I would have seen you in your little like college dorm bed and would have gotten so turned off because you're about to turn 30. Didn't you say your birthday was next month?
Duh, that's why I wanted a present for myself. A new mattress.
Can we all just acknowledge that cars are pretty amazing?
Dude.
Yeah, dude.
For real.
It blows my mind when I'm
Me
driving
too.
sometimes.
Seriously.
Like, and there's a whole little world inside that other person's car. What are they talking about? What are they listening to? What are they doing?
Yeah,
And they can do
exactly.
so much for us. They help us get places that
Yeah.
we need to be. They can serve as mini restaurants if you don't have time to go inside and sit down.
So true.
Some of them transform into robots and save the planet from
Okay, I don't think
destruction
that's-
from invaders.
No,
That's-
no, that's not
That's
true.
Transformers.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a documentary,
no,
no?
no, that's a feature film, lots of CGI.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Is it Megan Fox in that or something?
Well,
Yeah, she's not a historical figure.
Yeah.
and the thing is, there's a few cars that can even play matchmaker and bring a lonely man and a lonely woman together.
All right.
And that's what
Wow,
happened to
wow.
one of our listeners, Forrest. He met a woman thanks to a very, very seductive little car.
No.
Is it
Isn't
one
that-
of those bugs that have the fake eyelashes on it? I don't know why that's what I'm picturing.
He's
No.
like, oh, it just
Yeah.
winked at me.
No, he didn't hook up with his car.
Oh,
at
that's
least,
good.
At least I hope, right, Forrest?
No, I didn't hook up with the car.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, you know,
With some of our listeners, it's a question that we need to ask. So,
I would have been willing to see if the car wanted to go on a second date.
yeah.
The gas tank was open. What am I supposed to do?
Honk twice for yes.
Yeah.
But no, so tell us about the girl that you want us to call. What's her name?
Her name is Chrissy.
Okay.
Chrissy?
I'm guessing the cars have something to do with how you guys met.
Yeah, we were both checking out the same used car at the dealership.
Oh.
I was checking out a few cars by it, and she came over with, I'm guessing, her sister, and we started chatting about the car, and then I didn't even realize the sister had left to go look for another car. I was so enraptured in the conversation I was having.
Oh, you were by yourself.
Well, and it's a good sign. I'm just saying, as a sister, if you're leaving your sister, you're like, all right, I'll give you a minute.
That's a wing
I'll give
woman.
you a minute.
Sure.
Girl.
Maybe she's just a bad sister, though.
No, you're always in tune. Come on.
Or she had ADD and saw something shiny.
Yeah.
So did you end up asking Chrissy out?
Eventually, yeah, because you see, she was determined to get the car. I was determined to get the car. I said, whichever one of us gets the car should end up driving the other one around it.
Yep, I thought the same.
Oh, that's an easy opening.
You pick me up or I'll pick you up.
All right.
Right? I mean, she was a little hesitant at first. She didn't really know me. So I said, well, that's what a first date is for, to get to know somebody.
Good point.
Nice.
That was good.
No, and you spelled it out, which is important.
Yeah.
First date, to say those words.
So what did she say? Did she get the car? Did you get the car?
I ended up getting the car, and I'm half convinced she said yes because I had the car.
Oh, no.
So, I see. She just wanted to ride around with you for one
No,
day.
no. I mean, like, whether it was or not, she said yes, which you got the same results either way.
Sure.
It's funny that like a used car is the thing that you think that she was after. I'm picturing it's like a Honda Civic or something, which great car, very
like
reliable, you know, but
very
not
everyday.
not really a sex symbol or something that you're going after.
Well, maybe to some people it is.
Okay, all right.
I mean, you know, you learn when you're in your late 20s that practicality is more sexy than flashy.
It's a good point,
Amen.
sir. It's a
Amen.
good point.
Not
So,
there yet.
what did you end up doing for your date?
We actually ended up going to this fish and chips place, which was pretty cool.
Okay.
And
Love that.
she Ubered there. So I
Okay.
said I wouldn't mind driving her back in my new car. I definitely flexed the new car.
Was it rubbing it in at that point?
I know,
The
kind
new
of.
used car.
The one that you didn't get.
I kind of was rubbing it in, but it was kind of like,
Playful.
that's why we're both here. Like,
Okay.
Okay.
Did she take you up on the ride home or no?
well, that's the weird thing. We were getting to my car, and we get outside, and there's this department store right next to the place. And she says, it's going to sound weird. You mind if we go in there? I just have to pick something up. I'm never in this part of town.
Okay.
I'm like, sure, I guess that's fine.
That's a good sign that she
Yeah.
wants to continue the date with you. She could have just gone in all by herself.
Exactly. So I went inside with her, and she was specifically looking for towels.
Okay.
Now, this is a big place with many floors, so I personally wasn't sure where the towels were,
All right.
but she was. So I just kind of started walking around because there were kitchen appliances there and everything you could think of. Clothes.
Okay. Yeah, we've been
Yeah.
into a department store before. We
No, but he sounds like a guy.
yeah,
No.
we understand.
They're amazing. They have everything in there. It's pretty cool. Did she ever come back with her towels?
Well, that was the thing. So I went to go look at the mattresses, and, you know, I'm figuring, oh, I might need a new mattress depending on how well this date goes.
Wait, you're about to break your mattress, bro? Like with her?
Or
What?
you're gonna bring her home a new mattress because yours isn't very good. Like,
That's wishful thinking,
What?
man.
Jeez, bro.
And I had a good attitude. It was hoping,
Yeah.
you know?
all right.
That fish and chip power really went right to your head.
I may break the car, too. Who knows?
I need to try that tartar sauce.
Okay.
Okay, so now you're testing mattresses.
Yeah, so testing mattresses, and I was sitting on a couple, and then on one, I lied down, and I thought that was very nice. And then, you know, I'm thinking to myself, I'll close my eyes for just a minute.
Oh, no, I know
That's
where,
where
this is
you're going.
That's the group awe. Yep, you can all tell what's going to happen.
Yeah, oh
What?
God.
You fell asleep?
The bed was really comfy.
Oh, wow.
No, dude.
Oh, I hope you bought that mattress.
No, what happened to her?
Oh, right. She's still there.
Did she never find you?
I couldn't find her. I looked all over the department store, which took a long time.
Yeah.
So wait, how long were you asleep for?
I mean, it was less than an hour. I know that.
Oh, man. So you never found her?
Wow.
No, I never, you know, she hasn't gotten back to me since.
Oh my God. Did you tell her what happened? Did you text her?
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
The woman on the phone for a second date update today met the dude that she wants to call in one of the sexiest ways possible.
How's that?
She was helping him out with a little interior design. That's right.
You think interior design is sexy?
So sexy.
Oh.
You know what? I think this room needs a complete rehaul. We need to strip down the walls all the way to the studs. Don't you think? Ooh. Those studs look a little weak. Maybe they need to be reinforced so they can handle a little more weight. Looks like this building hasn't been retrofitted for earthquakes. Let's try to shake the floor a little bit.
Oh my God.
See if it can handle the kind of stress. Carol is on the phone right now. Apparently she's an interior designer. And she met the guy that she wants to call while she was helping him design his place.
Oh, very
What's
simple.
up, Carol?
Hi, guys.
Hey, Carol.
Hi. Did it happen just like I envisioned it in my head?
Oh, sure it did.
I bet your profession has never sounded as hot as the way Jubal described it.
No. You know, I've taken places down to the studs, but this puts a whole new light on it.
Yeah. You know what your living room needs? A stripper pole. And for me to get on it real quick. That's what every place needs.
Oh my God, I love it.
I'm feeling better already.
Are you? Because Jubal's the one on the stripper pole. Let's all remember that.
Yeah. So
Well, now I don't know.
how did you go on a date with this guy? What's his name?
Well, his name is Ken.
Ken.
And he called my business, and he wanted me to come to do a consultation on his new interior design layout for his condo.
Oh.
Okay.
So this is routine for me, and I made an appointment. And I went to his place, and he opened the door. And as soon as he opened the door, I felt this instant attraction.
So you're like, I had no idea he was going to be hot. How do I do my job now?
Yeah, well, hello, Ken. Let me enter your condo.
It really threw me. I mean, but I'm a professional, and I went in.
The whole time you're just like, this place needs air conditioning because I am burning up, Ken. And he's like, it's actually pretty cool in here. I don't know what you're talking about. All right.
Did Ken give you any indication in the very beginning that he was feeling that same chemistry that you were?
Not right away, but then as the meeting went on, he brought up something personal, and then I started feeling a vibe.
Oh, really?
Well, that's good.
What did he say?
He brought up the fact that he was divorced, and that's why I told him that I was recently single as well.
Okay.
So he didn't like start crying and lamenting his failed marriage or anything at that point.
No.
Okay.
At the end of the appointment, he actually said that he enjoyed our meeting and he would like to take me to dinner.
Nice.
Oh, so that is definitely more than just interior design.
Yeah, and I usually don't mix work with dating, but this guy was really hot.
All right.
Carol couldn't help herself.
Did you actually go to dinner with him?
I did. A couple of days later, we met at his condo, and he told me there was a great little local place. So we walked over, and we had a really nice dinner.
And that's kind of a setup for him having to walk you back to his place, too.
Yeah, I was a little hesitant about that, but, you know, I had been there for a professional meeting, so I felt it was okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cautious Carol.
So we walked back to his place after dinner, and I told him I had a really nice evening, and I kissed him on the cheek, and then I left.
Okay, so you guys didn't kiss on the lips or do more than that?
No.
Okay. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Look at- she's
That's ridiculous
blushing.
for me to think. I apologize for asking the question. I just wanted to make sure.
And were there any awkward moments during your guys' dinner or date?
I've been thinking about that, and maybe I was talking too much about my divorce and my ex-husband, maybe more than I should have.
Yeah, I would say at all.
At all.
Yeah, I wouldn't bring that up at all.
Was he talking about his too?
He talked about it a little, so I felt that I could as well, but maybe I just went too far.
Is your talk about your divorce like, hey, we split up amicably and now we're friends? Or is it, I hate that mother
It wasn't really either of those. I mean, I just talked about it, and maybe for about a half an hour.
Oh,
That's
Carol.
a long time to focus on your divorce during a date.
Carol, were you in it and thinking, how do I stop myself?
He was asking questions, so I was just answering. And I didn't think I was doing anything wrong because he seemed curious. So I continued the conversation.
All right, and how long has it been since you've talked to him?
2 weeks.
Yeah.
2 weeks. And are you interested in calling him for a second date, or you're just upset because he hasn't called you back to finish decorating his place?
Both.
Both. Hey, thanks for being honest about it. All right. Well, we'll play a song, come back, call him, and get your second date update, okay?
Okay.
Okay, hang on.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
If you're just tuning in for today's second date update, Carol is on the phone, and today she wants to call a guy named Ken. They bonded over the fact that they're both divorced. And now she's hoping she can get him on the phone and find out why he's not calling her back. So maybe they can go on a second date, and then they can see if their divorce stuff fits together nicely. If it still works.
Yeah.
Is that a correct way to recap everything, Carol?
Yes.
Yeah.
Really?
So, sometimes you're divorced and you don't know if things are working correctly after a few years. So you guys want to check it out and make sure that everything is still in working order because
Wait,
the equipment hasn't been used in a while.
That's
I'm
not
assuming.
what I didn't know you were talking about
You
that.
are plotting it, Brooke.
Oh,
I
yeah,
thought you were talking about, the emotional baggage and,
No.
No,
and
no,
how
I
you create a healthy relationship the next time.
No, not at all. I was just talking about mashing up things and seeing if everything works
Oh, right.
like it used to.
It will be interesting to see if that does happen.
It will be, yeah. All right, Carol. I'm about to dial his phone number and get him on the phone. Let me just refresh everybody's memory. You met him because he hired you as an interior designer for his new condo, and you guys went to dinner, but you feel like maybe you talked a little bit too much about your divorce during your date, and that's why he's not calling you back.
I think that may be it.
Maybe he's just not ready to date yet.
Yeah, that's true.
Maybe.
Well, let's find out. I'm going to dial his phone number right now and see if we can get you an answer, okay?
Great.
Okay.
Hello?
Hi, may I speak to Ken, please?
Yeah, this is Ken.
Ken, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning.
From who?
Brooke and Jubal in the Morning. It's a radio show.
Okay. Yeah, I heard of you. What's going on?
Well, we're calling people today doing a survey, asking a little bit about our listening audience. Can you answer a few questions for me real quick?
You're so dumb.
Yeah, real quick.
Okay. How old are you?
What?
No.
That is not appropriate.
43.
43. Okay. Have you ever been divorced before?
What?
Yeah. Wait, what? Yeah.
Cool. Have you recently gone out on a date with a girl named Carol who's also divorced?
What's going on here?
Oh, God.
Sorry, man.
I don't know how much you know about our show, but have you ever heard a second date update?
No.
No. Okay. Well, what that is it's where if you go out on a date with someone and then not call them back after they email us to see if we can get you on the phone and ask why. So Carol actually emailed us about you. And she told us how you hired her to decorate your place, and then you ended up taking her out for dinner, and now you're not calling her back.
Yeah, I mean, but, I don't feel like I should go into all that on the radio.
Well, she actually kind of wants you to.
Why?
Because she liked you, and she wants to know what the reason is. Did she do something wrong on the date?
I mean, it was just kind of strange, and I don't know, probably embarrassing for her, so I really don't want to get into it.
Oh.
Well, if you're saying that it's something that's going to embarrass her, she's prepared to be embarrassed. I mean, she's the one that emailed us to do this segment, so.
Yeah, but I mean, she told me. I don't know if she would want me telling everybody who's listening to this.
Well, that's kind of the deal when you do this. We tell you beforehand, like, you have to be willing to air whatever dirty laundry it is, and you have to be willing to hear something that might be embarrassing, so she knows.
She's totally clueless.
Okay. All right, well, yeah, I don't know how much she, told you about the date, but, we were talking, and both of us had been divorced, so we were just talking about some of our experiences with that, and apparently she's had 4 different husbands.
Oh.
Whoa.
That's a lot.
She only
It's a lot.
Yeah.
Well, you know, I mean.
She only told us about one divorce. Or at least made it sound like she only had one divorce.
Yeah.
Oh, no. This is really... okay, so yes, she said she had 4.
Okay.
2 of them were actually divorces.
Okay.
One of them, I swear this is how I remember it. She said that she doesn't actually know where he is.
He's missing?
Like the words she actually used were missing in action, and then like laughed about it.
So wait, it wasn't like a legit military thing.
I don't think so. I mean, if it was a military thing, I don't think she would have laughed. I mean, she laughed. Like, she doesn't know where he is, and she laughed about it.
So isn't she, like, technically still married to him?
I honestly, I didn't want to ask much beyond that. But she had said that she had been married 4 times. So, I was like, well, what about the last one? And she told me that he died.
Did she laugh about that too, or was that a sad moment for her?
No, she offered that, and so I was trying to be sympathetic, and she was sort of cavalier about that too. She said that apparently they were in the Caribbean, and he fell off of a hoverboard.
What?
Oh my God!
That is a crazy story. No, she did not kill these guys. Why are you thinking that? That is the most ridiculous conclusion.
I have something to say here.
Oh, what's going on?
Ken, that's Carol. She's actually on the other line listening and wants to talk to you. And apparently she has something to say now.
Yes, I do. I do have something to say here.
Well, now's your opportunity. Carol, say it.
Okay, I don't know where you got the impression that I was being cavalier. I was being honest with you. And if a woman can't be honest, what's the point?
True.
Well, yeah, no, I mean, I understand. I did feel like I was being sympathetic, but I was kind of taking it off the fact that you were like, you laughed about it, which I thought was kind of weird.
No, I did not laugh. I don't even know where you got that from. Okay, and I have to. I thought we were having a really nice evening, and I felt like you were someone that I could open up to. But it seems like you're being a real jerk about this.
Oh.
Hold on. No, I'm not being a jerk about this. I mean, I was being really, like I said, I was being really sympathetic with you. But honestly, you started off just telling me you were divorced and then went to tell me you had 4 husbands. You were joking about one that totally disappeared.
Oh, no. Did I tell you he was missing in action? Yes. But the police don't even know where he is.
So,
oh my God!
By missing in action, do you mean he was in the military?
No, he played the ukulele.
Like as
he
a.
was not the person I thought I married.
Okay, so he was a ukulele player that just disappeared on you.
He wasn't just any ukulele player. He was damn good at it.
Okay.
He was a professional. And one day he just disappeared.
You know how those musicians are. Maybe he just decided to go on the road and, write some songs and stuff. Who knows?
I am fascinated by your life right now, Carol.
No, I don't need you to be fascinated. I'm really embarrassed by what's going on here.
I don't think you have anything to be embarrassed about, Carol. I mean, a lot of this is out of your control. Missing in action, a freak hoverboard accident. I mean...
No, it's not my fault. And my 4 failed marriages had nothing to do with me. And I don't want to get married anymore. I'm done.
Okay.
I've had enough marriages.
Guys, I think what's getting lost in all this is like this came out all on a first date.
Yes.
Which was a little bit much for me to handle. I mean, It started off really friendly, but then we're going into hoverboard accident and disappeared and drinking and laughing and that's not a first date conversation in my opinion.
Well, Ken, you know what? How about you shut up? I think I've heard enough from you today.
Whoa, Carol.
You know what? Carol, I'm sorry, but the way that you're talking right now, like, I'm starting to get a sense of maybe what happened to that 3rd husband.
You know what, Ken? That's really a stupid remark. And if Hank were alive today, he'd beat you over the head with his ukulele.
Wait a minute, I thought you said you didn't know what happened to him.
I don't. I'm just assuming that he's dead because I haven't heard from him in years.
Okay. All right, guys. Clearly, I am not the crazy one here. Am I alone on this now?
I think you are. I will never say anything mean against Carol ever.
I think Jubal is making a wise choice.
Ken, would you like to go out with Carol one more time on a second date? We will pay for it.
No. I mean, the thought of even possibly being missing or dead husband number 5 is a terrifying thought. I don't want to go anywhere near that.
You know what, Ken? I didn't even want to go out on another date with you now that I've heard all this. And you can cancel our interior design contract because
no.
I am done.
Okay, I don't want you back in my house.
At least everybody agrees.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even go in your place anymore. And for your information, that color palette you had was tackier than the jacket you wore when we went out to dinner.
Oh, damn.
Oh,
Interior
she got
design.
you.
Yeah. Boom.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Text in at 78592 says, did she just admit to murder on the radio? And talking about today's second date update, Carol wanted to call a dude named Ken. They went out on a date, and she was talking about her ex. Her exes, we came to find out when we got him on the phone. She's had 4 husbands, 2 normal divorces. The other 2 kind of disappeared.
We don't know.
Very mysteriously.
Yeah.
Well, one died. Actually, did die. She knows he's dead. And the other one was like, I don't know how he disappeared. So Ken was a little nervous about continuing a relationship with her.
We do have a possible sighting of the ukulele player, though.
Really?
Yeah, someone said that there's a player that wanders around my town. Maybe it's her ex-husband.
She said that one of her ex-husbands played the ukulele, and he was a professional, and he just took off and had never been heard from again, and that's where he was like, did he take off or did he disappear at the hands of you?
Well.
So there you go. Thanks for the hot tip on that. We'll investigate.
Yes.
Remember, if you want to do a second date update, all you have to do is email the show, and we will call the person who didn't call you back.
Moving 92.5.
Need LASIK? Trust the experienced team at the LASIK Center at Evergreen Eye Center. No glasses, no contacts, no limits. What will you do? LASIK at evergreen.com.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
The girl on the phone for a second date update today is shocked that a guy is not calling her back after he went on a date with her. Why? Because in her own words, according to her email, she has never been blown off by a guy ever.
What?
And that's why they call her Sure Thing Amanda. Sure Thing Amanda is on the phone with us. What's up, Sure Thing?
I don't think that's what she
Hi.
Oh, she's fine with it. Okay, I lied.
Do they actually call you that? I just made that up.
No, but I'm fine with it.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Well, I'm just going to call you Sure Thing from now on. So you said that this is the first time you've ever been blown off by a guy and not gotten a second date.
Yep, this is the first time.
How is that possible?
That's what I'm saying. I don't know how it's possible.
No, that's not what I meant. I meant, how have you never been blown up?
I don't know. Just never had that happen to me before.
So this must be a very confusing time in your life, and I'm sorry about that, Amanda.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about the guy that you want us to call today. What's his name?
His name is Jimmy.
Okay, Jimmy.
So this is the story. So one morning I was getting coffee before work, and I left the shop, and some guy, ran outside after me, and he was like, "You forgot this." And I turned around, and he had a comb in his hand, and I was like, "What? That's not mine." And he was like, I know. I just needed something to get your attention. I just wanted to talk to you.
Oh, okay. So it was a little trick to try to talk to you. So he showed you his
Right.
dirty, bacteria-ridden comb that he had in his pocket.
Well, I thought it's funny. It was clever, whatever.
Are you someone who often gets chased down in parking lots for dates?
Not chased down, but, guys ask me out.
Yeah.
So,
Nice.
we got to talking, and he seemed cool, and that's when he asked me to hang out. And I said, well, I have work right now, but he asked for my number, so I gave it to him, and we texted for a few days, and Facebooked him, did the background check, all of that.
Yeah.
Right. So you did your due diligence to find out if he's a perv or not.
Right, exactly. So he seemed cool, so we set a time to, hang out for a date, and we went to dinner.
How was dinner? Was everything cool?
Well, everything was good except for one part that was a little bit weird. I told him I used to be a dancer.
Nice. That's what I'm talking about.
I know why you're always getting calls back. I get it.
Not that kind of dancer. I dance for a sports team. I used to dance for a sports team.
Oh, okay.
Still.
Well, that's not quite the caliber of dancer I was hoping for. That's what I was going to say. Maybe he's not calling you back because you're not that kind of dancer. Then.
Well, but when I told him, he got this weird look after I said it, kind of like you guys did when I told you for the first time.
It's understandable.
And that's when I was like, oh, no, not that type of dancer. I used to dance for a sports team.
Yeah.
But then he seemed skeptical, like he didn't really believe me. So, I don't know, maybe he thought I was covering up that I really was that kind of dancer, but...
Is that why you think he's not calling you back? Because
he thinks you're a stripper?
I don't know. It could be. It's the only thing I can think of.
Are you insulted that a man thinks that you are a stripper?
No, I mean, I told him the truth.
Can I ask you a question, Amanda?
Yeah?
You don't sound like you're really that into this guy. Do you want to just do a second date update because he's the only guy never to call you back?
Kind of, yeah.
I don't blame you.
That's fine. I am all for that. It's weird when somebody doesn't, call you back after a date.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even need a second date. I just want to know why he called me. I mean, is that okay that I still do this?
Yeah, absolutely. It is. Why don't you tell us how everything ended with him?
Well, he gave me a kiss on the cheek, and we went our separate ways.
Did you make any plans for a future date?
No, he said, I'll call you.
Have you tried texting him?
No, I haven't texted him.
Oh, yeah, you'd never do something like that.
Well, I'm waiting for him to text me.
But maybe he just caught on to the fact that you're not really that interested in him, and so he thought, why even put the energy in?
I don't care. I just want to know why he's not calling me back.
Okay.
How long has it been, then, since your date? Since you haven't reached out to him, you're just waiting for him to call. It hasn't been like a day or anything, has it?
No, it's been like 2 weeks.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that's an official blow-off then.
Yeah.
This is the first time this has ever happened to me, and I can't figure it out.
Okay, well, we'll play a song, come back, call him, and get your second date update, all right?
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Hang on. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the stage, Amanda. Yeah, greet her, fellas. She's working for you. She wants a second date update because the guy she went out with won't call her back, and she is so upset. And she's about to take it out for everybody to see. Get your ones out. Amanda's taking center stage and gonna show us how a second date update is really done. Isn't that right, Amanda?
That's right.
Yeah. Why am I introing Amanda like that? Well, because she's a dancer.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, she's not that kind of dancer. Yeah. But she thinks that the guy isn't calling her back because during their date, she was like, I'm a dancer. And then he gave her a weird look. Like you always hear when somebody just says they're a dancer, you're like, I know what that means.
Uh-huh.
And then she explained that she wasn't that kind of dancer, but she feels like maybe he didn't believe her. That's the only thing she can think of as to why he wouldn't be calling her back. She did also say that she's never been blown off by a guy before, ever. This is the first guy never to call her and ask for a second date. And that's more important to her than even getting the second date. She just wants to know why this is the one guy who wouldn't call her back. Amanda?
Yep,
You ready to get this thing going?
I'm ready.
And if he says
That's
something...
right, she is. Amanda is always ready. She lives by the motto, if you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready. And we're ready for some hot second date action.
You've been moonlighting as a strip club DJ, haven't you?
I want that job so bad. Okay, sorry, Brooke, you were saying something to Amanda before I started the music.
Yeah, I mean, if it comes back that maybe he's just been out of town for the last 2 weeks and there's a totally reasonable explanation, are you actually going to turn him down at that point?
I don't know. I mean, I guess we'll see how it goes.
You sound actually pissed that this guy's not calling you back.
Yeah.
I am. I just want to know, like, of all the guys that I've dated, why is it this guy that's not calling me back? What reason does he have?
Well, I'm going to dial the phone number right now and get him on the phone and see if we can find out why, okay?
Sounds good.
Okay.
Hello?
Hi, can I speak to Jimmy, please?
Yeah, this is Jimmy.
Hey, Jimmy, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning.
Who?
Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning, the radio program.
Why's the radio program calling me?
Well, because one of our listeners actually emailed us and asked if we could get you on the phone. Her name is Amanda, and you recently took her out on a date.
Whoa.
Okay.
That's
So
a big sigh.
Amanda
Holy cow.
emailed us and told us about your date. And she also said she really liked you a lot. And she's wondering why you're not calling her back. She said it's been like 2 weeks since you guys went out. She's been hoping you would call to ask her on a second date, but she's heard nothing. And she's wondering, is there...
I bet she did.
Whoa!
What did you
bet
just
she
say?
did.
I said, I bet she did.
Why do you say it like that?
Well, Amanda is, oh boy. Amanda is, she's something else.
We talked to her, just to let you know, we talked to her. She told us about meeting you. Thought it was really cool the
I'm
way
sure she did.
Did you?
She didn't sound like anything that, I mean, you...
Can I say she's a real pisser on the air?
Sure. What do you mean by that? Like she had problems?
She's a nightmare.
She's a nightmare? Did you say she's a nightmare?
She was a nightmare.
Why is she a nightmare?
Well, what did she tell you?
She just said you guys went out to dinner and had some good conversation, ended the date with a kiss on the cheek, and she was hoping to hear from you again. That's pretty much it.
Yeah, well, okay. Amanda is a very attractive woman, but I could tell everything about her from her food order.
What do you mean? Like she's a vegetarian and you just can't stand those people? Like I feel the same.
Oh, it's a lot worse than that.
Okay, well, what could be worse?
So much worse.
What did she do just ordering food that pissed you off enough to like call her a pisser or whatever?
Well, let me give you a blow-by-blow description. She started off by asking for bottled water, no ice, and it couldn't be tap water. It had to be bottled. She explained all this to the waiter.
Okay.
Why is that so offensive to you, though?
Oh, that's not offensive. That was just the opening salvo.
All right.
It got worse from there. Then she explained that she had certain dietary restrictions.
Like,
She couldn't eat any red meat,
Okay.
no gluten, no dairy, no fish that swim.
What? But crab
no
are
fish
fine.
that swim?
I don't, you know, like.
Yeah, now let that sink in.
So no gluten, no dairy, no fish that swim. She's a picky eater, obviously.
Yeah, I even asked her, I said, what do you mean fish that swim?
Oh, so she...
And she made this little wavy motion with her hand, fish that swim. I said, yeah, I know fish that swim. Don't all fish swim? No, there's some little fish that walk around, like shrimp, lobsters, anything with little bitty legs are okay.
Is that just because she has an allergy or something?
Who knows?
I thought you were just saying it like as a figure of speech when you were talking fish that swims. I didn't realize that was the exact words that came out of her mouth.
No, she actually said fish that swim. I was going to just take it at face value, but she went on to explain to me that fish that swim have a higher mercury content, and so if you eat fish that swim, you're slowly killing yourself.
You sound really upset about this.
I wanted to eat a whole fish right then.
Okay, so is it... all right, so she's a picky eater. I've never heard the fish that swims thing before. Why not?
Me either.
Why not go out with her on a second date, though? Is that the only bad thing?
Wasn't that enough?
I don't know. I mean...
This girl is high maintenance.
Okay, it's a high maintenance issue.
Can I ask, because I'm just curious, what did she end up ordering for dinner?
I don't know, some sort of salad with water dressing.
You know something about her?
Water dressing?
With water dressing. So we talked to her about your date, and she didn't mention her dietary restrictions. But she did also say you're the only guy that has ever not called her back for a second date. You know that?
Yeah.
That's kind of hard for me to believe. I can't imagine all the other guys in her life have put up with that.
Oh, my gosh.
You know what, Jimmy? Thank you for being honest with us, man. I appreciate it.
No problem.
Okay, and now I feel like I must be honest with you because Amanda is actually on the other line listening to this conversation.
Hey, what?
Yeah, I am here, and I'm hearing what you're saying about me.
Oh. Hey, Amanda.
I care about what goes in my body, and obviously you don't. It's not high maintenance.
No, I was caring about what went in your body in a completely different way than what you were thinking.
Oh, sir.
Thank you for taking the words out of my mouth, Jimmy. I was hoping I didn't have to make that joke.
You're a jerk.
Dude, Jimmy, I will say, to stand up for her, what do you expect? The hottest girl you've ever seen to then go down a cheeseburger?
Thank
you can't have that body that she probably has and also mow down on cheese fries all the time.
Look, haven't you ever heard the phrase, no matter how hot she is, there's some guy that's just tired of her
Yes, I
For your information, I didn't even want a second date. I literally just wanted this to happen to find out why you didn't call me back, why you were such a jerk. Obviously, I'm the hottest girl that you've ever gone out with, so that's for you.
Look, I'm not going to lie. You're very hot, okay? But and I'd totally sleep with you once, but I just don't want to eat with you again.
Oh, my gosh.
Well, that leads me to my question. Jimmy, would you like to go on a second date with Amanda? There'll be no eating.
Hell no.
Okay. I was going to say, you guys, I would pay for you guys to go to dinner, but you don't even have to do that. You can just sleep together once. Not interested either, Amanda, huh?
No, I'm not.
Yeah, you're not missing out there, Amanda, whatsoever.
Clearly. You know what? You're just a low-class jerk, and you obviously can't handle a woman like me.
I don't want to handle a woman like you. I'd rather handle a woman that eats fish, that swims. And by the way, I don't care what you think. All fish swim.
Well, this was definitely not a successful second date update, but we can try to answer the question on our text message board, 78592. Do all fish swim? Text it in. There's something way more important going on now.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Now there's just a big debate on the text message board at 78592 about if fish swim or not. If there are fish that don't swim. A lot of people saying dead fish don't swim, they float. That's very true. Some people say starfish don't swim. We're talking about it because of the second date update. If you missed today's second date update, this girl named Amanda went out with a dude named Jimmy. And there was a weird moment on the date where she told him that she was a dancer and he gave her a weird look because she thought maybe he thought she was a special kind of dancer. But she's not that kind of dancer. She thought he might have gotten the wrong idea, though, and that's why he wasn't calling back. But we got him on the phone, and Jimmy said he was turned off by her picky food ordering. She asked for no gluten, no dairy, and no fish that swim.
Mm-hmm. There's a crustacean battle that's happening right now.
Yeah.
If it doesn't swim, it's a crustacean, according to a lot of people.
But since like lobsters, they swim. They can just push themselves along, kind of. So it is a debate.
Apparently, she only eats sea creatures with legs, shrimps, lobsters, things like that, that don't swim. But I will not eat any fish that swim. Mm-hmm. And Jimmy thought she was just too high maintenance and did not want another date with her.
And you know he's Googling a lot of things about fish right now. Like, what? I mean, is she even right? Like, what's happening with these fish?
But I understand that, not wanting to go out with someone who's that picky of an eater. You can't ever go anywhere. Or if you do go somewhere, it's just like, she's going to order a salad.
Yeah.
Every single time.
Well, she should, right? Like, if she's that picky, then that's what you stick to.
Somebody texted in and says starfish actually do swim.
But are starfish considered fish, or are they consired, are they a crustacean?
They got fish in the name.
Someone says the
batfish but I think that there's a lot of
walks.
things with fish in the name that doesn't make it a fish.
What do you mean?
We are so scientific. It's like, how are we not on National Geographic right now?
Shrimp do swim.
Dude,
so
the conversation on the text board is amazing.
But I don't think
now.
lobsters and shrimp are fish.
Does a crustacean count as a fish?
If it lives in the sea,
I don't
is
think
it a
so.
fish?
I think a fish and a crustacean are different.
I don't know. Anyway, all I know is that today's second date update has opened up a whole discussion that I think is very important and that we need to have. Remember, if you want to do a second date update, all you have to do is email the show and we will call the person that didn't call you back.
Moving 92.5's
Looking for the perfect birthday or anniversary gift or a special date night? Well, then you need Zodart, Seattle's only exotic car rental company. Visit Zodart.com to book an exotic special car for that very special day.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
Nothing is more romantic than taking your date out into the wilderness and having them help you commit murder. I think that is probably one of the most beautiful ways you can experience time with the person you're on a date with. And that's what happened with Amelia, who's on the phone. Apparently, her first date with this guy named Greg, they went fishing together.
That's not murder.
A lot of fish died that day. I'm sure there's a lot of listeners out there that would agree with me. A lot of fish had to lose their life so that this couple could enjoy their afternoon. Amelia, how are you?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
Did you murder a lot of fish that day?
No, you know what? Actually, we did catch and release. So the fish that we caught, we put back.
Oh, that's
so you
boring.
actually just you mangled them is what you did.
Yes, we disfigured them for life.
Yeah.
All right, so your email said that this guy took you fishing. Was that fun? Are you a fisherman?
It was fun. No, I'm not a fisherwoman.
Okay.
I had never been fishing, but it was really fun. He actually suggested it because in my profile I said that I like nature and hiking and stuff. So I was like, absolutely, that sounds super cool. I'm open to new experiences. So we met at a state park where you can go fishing, and for the next few hours I had the best time. I think genuinely it was one of the best and most fun first dates I've ever had.
I think it's such a great idea. I mean, you have so much time to talk, right? You can connect on that level for sure.
Exactly, and he was super nice and so helpful. And
What's his name, by the way?
Greg.
All right, and so you and Greg just had a wonderful time out there mangling fish and then tossing them back into their environment so they go to their other fish buddies and go, dude, I don't know, I was just swimming along. Some chick and a dude just put a hook in my cheek. I don't know what happened.
Yeah.
So it was just the best day of your life ever doing that.
It was super romantic mangling fish.
All right. What did you like about him so much?
Well, first of all, he's really rugged and manly, and I love guys like that.
Yeah, amen.
But he was really considerate and a total gentleman, you know, really respectful and nice to me all day.
And you were cool learning how to fish, right? You didn't like scream when the fish got up and say that you didn't want to touch it or anything like that.
Well, I did scream, and I thought the fish were pretty gross.
Did he seem to like that or not? Because I know some dudes like to be in that situation where it's like, yeah, I took this girl out and had got to teach her how to fish. She's such a dainty little girl, has no idea. She needs a man's help. And some guys that turns off. They're like, ugh, I like a girl who can do that on her own. Yeah.
I mean, he thought I was funny. We were laughing a lot, and he was so nice. He just would take the fish and throw them back in the water. Like, he didn't say anything, like, calm down or, you know, anything like that. But maybe it did turn him off because it's been a couple weeks and he hasn't called me back.
How did everything end for you guys? Did you make out? Did you do more than that without cleaning up after fishing?
we
So I guess I don't need that last detail.
No problem. I won't give it to you. Well, there's really not that much to tell. We just like had a nice little kiss, nothing crazy, no make out.
So you guys did kiss. I mean, that's super romantic.
No, it wasn't super romantic. It was just like a nice kiss. I don't know.
Okay.
Well, in my head, I picture you like making out with Brad Pitt and a river runs through it, and
They're jumping everywhere.
Yes, exactly. There's rainbows hitting the water.
I mean, no, it wasn't like that. I mean, we were next to this pickup truck, and we both smelled like fish. So
almost the same thing.
Yeah, almost. All right, and then how did you guys part ways?
Well, after we kissed, I couldn't help myself. I just said, "Hey, I'd really love to go out again." I just said it because, you know, why not?
Yeah, of course.
Nothing to lose.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
And he said, "For sure, hit me up." And I thought that was a little weird.
Yeah.
Like a little maybe brush, you know, just like giving me the brush off. Maybe I don't know.
It's kind of open ended. You know, not like, yeah, definitely. How about this day? It's like, yeah, whatever. Hey, contact me. I'll be around.
Or if you really wanted to go out with someone, you think that you would take charge and be like, yeah, I will call you.
Yes.
Right, because he was already such a gentleman, I figured he would say, like, yes, I'll call.
Yeah.
And have you hit him up since your date?
Yeah, I waited a couple days, and then I called him, and I left him a message, and I just said what a great time I had, and I'd love to see him again.
All right.
And you can't think of, like, anything awkward that happened on the date.
I guess the only thing is maybe I'm too girly, and I've screamed, and I thought the fish were kind of gross, but it seemed like I thought we had a great time together, like both of us. So.
Okay. Well, we'll play a song, come back, call him, and get your second date update, okay?
Okay.
All right, hang on.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
Dating is a lot like fishing. You know? You reel some in. Yeah. You're like, ugh, that one's too big. That one's too small.
Yeah.
That one's got a wonky eye. Oh, this one has a drinking problem.
Damn fish.
And you fish and you fish and you fish until you finally find that one that has an extra large mouth. And you settle down with that one for the rest of your life. And that's the problem that the girl on the phone is having today for her second date update. She's hoping that the guy she calls will be that big bass with a large mouth who knows how to treat her right. But sadly, he's not calling her back. If you're just tuning in for the second date update, Amelia is on the phone. She wants to call Greg today. They went fishing on their first date. She thinks the reason she's not getting a call back was because maybe she was a little too girly for him. He's an outdoorsy kind of guy, and she hasn't fished before, and when they caught a fish, like she screamed, was like, ew, yucky. And she thinks maybe that turned him off a little bit because he doesn't want a girly girl.
I didn't say ew, yucky. It wasn't that bad. I just screamed a little bit.
Okay.
If it turns out that is the reason that he's not calling you back, are you willing to kind of buck up and be a little bit more outdoorsy?
I just want him to know that I can totally be tough and nature girl too. Like, I'm not just like a priss. Okay. You know?
You sound like it. You could be real tough and naturey. Ew. All right. I'm dialing his phone number right now. Here we go.
Okay.
Hello.
Hi, is Greg there?
Yeah, this is Greg.
Hey, Greg, how are you? My name is Jubal. I host a morning radio show called Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Okay.
How are you doing today?
Okay.
It's a segment we do on our show called the Second Date Update. It's where if you go out on a date with somebody and then end up blowing them off, they email us to ask if we can call you and find out why. So, her name is Amelia.
Oh, God.
That is not the response that...
Amelia
Whoa.
emailed us and asked if we could call you because she said that she enjoyed going fishing with you, but hasn't heard a word from you since.
Who cares?
Who cares? Well, we care, and Amelia obviously cares because she went through all the effort to try to get us to do this phone call.
Look, that person is nobody I want to talk to or hang out with or talk about.
Really?
That is really extreme.
What did she do that's so bad? I mean, we actually talked to her a little bit. She sounded perfectly nice.
She sounded lovely, actually. Yeah. She sounded fun.
Yeah, I really don't want to talk about it. I don't know. She knows what she did.
She doesn't, though. That's the thing. Like, she thinks that everything was great on the date.
Oh, really? She has got no idea what the problem could be. That's hilarious.
Nope. She says you guys went fishing and had a good time, even kissed at the end of everything, and she thought she could hit you up to go out again, and now you're not responding to her, and obviously you don't like her one bit.
Yeah, no, that's correct. I don't. And I caught a little bit more than a fish that day.
What do you mean?
We kissed. 2 days later, I wake up, bang, I got a cold sore.
You think that she gave you...
Yeah, she did. I'm not kissing anybody else except her.
Oh, my God.
Did she have a cold sore when you guys were out?
Not visible, but I didn't, put on some gloves and check her mouth or anything.
You know, those are incredibly common, and the virus could have been dormant in you for a long time, and then maybe stress brought it out or something.
A long time, my whole life? I've never had this before. I kiss her, boom, mouth measles.
So you think that she gave you a cold sore, and that's the only reason you're not calling her back?
That's a pretty good reason. I mean, she gave me herpes. You know?
Isn't there other ways you can get that, though? Like sharing glasses or chapsticks or anything?
It's common.
I mean, I'm not a doctor, but I'm not sharing glasses or chapstick with anybody.
Why didn't you hit her up and ask her if she has a cold sore?
Oh, she says, yes or no. It doesn't get my cold sore out of my face.
Okay, so you have a cold sore, and that's it.
What do you mean that's it? It's a f***ing cold sore.
Okay, so obviously you never want to talk to her again then.
No, absolutely not.
That's unfortunate because she's actually on the phone listening to this conversation.
What?
Yep, she's right. She's
Yeah, hi, Greg.
yeah.
I did not give you a cold sore.
All right, well, then who did? The fish?
Yeah, maybe the fish, or maybe you kissed somebody and you forgot about it. I don't know. I never met you before.
I must have a pretty exciting life if I'm kissing people and forgetting about it.
Well, that's between you and you. And also, you should know that you can only get a cold sore if you can see a cold sore on somebody's face and then you kiss the cold sore.
For someone who's never had a cold sore before, you sure are an expert.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. Oh my God, Greg. My friends are listening to this.
You tricked me into this radio thing. I'm just telling the truth.
I didn't give it to you. I've never had a cold sore in my life.
This is not in any way going to affect your life or the length of your life. You realize that, Greg?
I don't know that.
No, you...
I mean, who knows where things go? Like, all I know is I got a thing on my face. This lady, put that in quotes, this lady gave it to me.
Oh my...
Now she's like mad that I don't call her back. Why? Because she's got some more diseases she wants to pass on?
You can't say stuff like that on the radio, Greg. It's not, first of all, it's not true, but if you say things like that, people I know are listening, they're going to think it's true, and it's just rude, and it's so totally inconsiderate.
Well, look, whatever it takes to get you to go to a doctor and get checked out, because it sounds like that is what is needed here.
This is so extreme.
You know what? You know what, Greg? How about this? I will go with you to the clinic to get tested to prove to you that I do not have the herpes virus. Happy? Does that make you happy?
No.
Or do you
How
not
does that make me happy? I don't want to hang out with you some more and go to a clinic. That sucks.
What if we do that for your second date?
I
Hey,
think so.
Greg,
Right.
would you like to go with Amelia to the clinic? We can even do like a not free one, and I'll pay for it.
Wow. You know what? I'm going to pass, but Amelia should definitely go on that date by herself.
Come on, Greg. What, are you afraid? You afraid of being wrong? Go to the clinic with me. Get tested. What's the harm? You know you already have a cold sore, like the virus, but you don't know that I do. So...
I'm just afraid what else we might find out. I mean, who knows? Maybe you got some kind of like weird mouth scabies or something, and that's lying dormant. I go to this clinic, I get re-diagnosed or something.
You know what? How about this? Since Jubal was so nice and agreed to pay for the clinic, we should go. You should get tested. It'll be free. And then if I'm the person who has the virus who gave it to you, I will buy you lunch. What about that?
You're going to buy me lunch?
Yeah, I'll buy you lunch. If I'm the one who gave you a cold sore, the least I could do is buy you lunch. Not a date. Don't worry about that. But just to say, I'm sorry.
All right, but it's going to be like a steak place.
Lobster lunch.
Whatever you want.
Fine, deal.
All right. Well, look at that. It's a successful second date update. As long as Amelia tests positive for herpes on their date to the clinic, Greg gets a free lunch.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Text in at 78592 that says somebody needs to school this idiot. And if there's one place that can school you on herpes, it's us. It's Brooke and Jubal in the morning. Talking about today's second date update, Amelia wanted to call this guy named Greg who wasn't calling her back after they went fishing together. We got him on the phone, and the reason he wasn't calling back, he swears that she gave him a cold sore. And he doesn't want any other diseases from her because she's clearly filthy.
Yes.
If she's got cold sores. But she didn't even have a cold sore on her mouth at all.
Yeah.
So
like,
he didn't want to go out with her again
anything.
because he assumes that she gave him a cold sore.
Oh my God, there's so much information about cold sores coming in on the text board right now. I don't know now what's true and what's not true. It can be dormant for your whole life, and then stress makes it come out.
Be.
I didn't know.
Well, most people have that virus in their body.
Okay, I knew Jubal would help me out on
And
this one.
sometimes your immune system goes down, you get tired, and you can get a cold sore.
Okay, so it's like shingles or
gonorrhea.
something.
What? No.
Wait, gonorrhea.
Yeah. I don't know. Now I'm all confused.
Syphilis?
Remember, if you want a second date update, all you have to do is email the show, and we will call the person who didn't call you back.
Move at 92.5.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
I have a surefire way to meet women. And I'm assuming that the guy on the phone for a second date update today did the same thing that I've done many times, and it always works. You see a hot girl go into a store or something like that. You see her in the parking lot. You just walk up to her car, you pop the tire, and then you hang out in the parking lot till she comes out. And you're like, oh, you need help with that tire? Let me help change that for you. Works every time.
You're one step away from a serial killer.
That's like vandalism.
I've done it a lot. Sometimes I just go and I just pop tires in parking lots just in case on my way into a store. And that's what I'm guessing Dallas did today. He's on the phone to do a second date update, and that's how he met the girl that he wants to call today.
Well, now, I didn't pop the tire. Just so happens I did change her tire.
Oh,
Thank God, Dallas.
For future reference, if you want to meet a girl, that's the best way to do it. Pop her tires, and then you'll have no choice but to help her. So your email said that you met the girl you want to call today because she needed a tire changed, and you came to her rescue.
Yeah, I did.
What's her name?
Brittany.
Brittany? Okay, and was she changing the tire, and you just walked up behind her and were like, hey, little lady, you don't know how to do that. Let a big man help you out.
No, it didn't really happen that way. A few weeks ago, I was at the mall and doing some shopping, and as I was leaving, Brittany flagged me down, and she was kind of like in a panic, and she asked me if I knew how to change a flat tire. So, obviously I did, luckily, and she asked if I could help, and I said of course. So went to her car and started to, jack the car up and change the tire, and I had noticed she had this like really cute Southern accent. And so I kind of went out of my way, and I was like, "Are you from around here?"
And she was like, "Why, no, sir, I'm not. I'm just a poor Southern girl who needed a tire changed."
Yeah, and
why don't we go out for some sweet tea and maybe some cheese grits?
It sounds like the start of a porn or something.
Yeah, right?
Do you like cheese grits? You know, anywhere in town a lady can get some nice cheese grits.
What is wrong with you? Did you hit on her, or how did you proceed after that?
Well, she kind of went on to tell me that she was new to the area and that she didn't really know anyone. And when I was done changing the tire, she was really, really thankful, and she shook my hand. And as I was getting ready to grab my stuff and leave, I kind of just stopped and turned around, and I kind of just said, "Hey, do you want to go out? Do you want to go get some food or something?" And she said, "Sure."
Wow. Like at a later date, or you guys went that day?
Oh, we went right then and there.
Oh,
you did?
We went and got food really, really close to the mall, and this is where things kind of took a turn. We went to eat, we ordered our food, and we were both about halfway done eating, and I noticed that she kind of stopped, being so responsive to conversation. She was a lot less talkative. She started to become a little, timid and shy, I guess.
I do declare that I believe you have overstepped your bounds, sir. I will take off my long white glove and slap you in the face. Did you say anything to make it seem like you offended her?
No, not at all. It kind of just all of a sudden it was like she just stopped talking. So I said, is there anything wrong? And she said, well, she didn't really like the food at the place we were eating at. So I said, well, okay, do you want to leave? I felt really bad. And she was like, no, that's okay. It's fine. So when the waiter came back, I asked him if, we could get the check and if he could box up our food and we could go. And, as we started to leave, I asked her, I said, hey, could we maybe do this again, at a different place, that you would like? And she said, of course. So we exchanged numbers and we left.
At the end of the date, did you guys kiss or anything like that? Or was it just exchange numbers?
No, it was just an exchange number, and then, we went on our way. But, I listen to you guys all the time, and I really trust you guys. And what's going on in my mind right now is I feel like she felt obligated to kind of go out with me because I did something nice, and not because I'm attractive or anything like that.
See,
that makes sense.
I was thinking the opposite, that she flagged you down because you were hot. I mean, because there's other people that come out of the mall. I'm sure that there was other people around she could have flagged down, right?
Of course, yes.
I don't think she was obligated at all. I think she set it up.
Well, maybe she felt like she was obligated. Well, if she set it up, she definitely didn't like something about him because she's not calling him back.
Well, maybe his personality failed. I don't know what happened.
So you think maybe she felt obligated and that's the reason that she's not calling you back?
Exactly.
Which is weird because she just moved to town, so she doesn't have very many other friends. And whenever I'm new to a town, I say yes to anybody, no matter who you are. Like, yeah, hey, I'll hang out with you. I don't know. Really?
I'm new to town. Yes, gentlemen, jump on it. I say yes to anybody whenever I move to a town. That's good to know.
To go out and show me around.
Yeah, we know what you meant. We all know what you meant. All right, Dallas. Well, we'll play a song. We'll come back. We'll get your southern lady on the phone and find out why she's not ringing you back, okay?
All right, guys.
All right. Until then, you enjoy some sweet potato pie. We'll do it right after this.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
Dallas is on the phone with us to do a second date update today. Not the city.
That's good. I wish the whole
guy
city.
named Dallas is on the phone with us to do a second date update today. He wants us to call a girl named Brittany. I'm going to actually recap his date by telling her side of the story. I think this is what she would say when we talk to her. So there I was. Had a flat tire on my car, and I did not know how to fix it. I was just staring at this tire, as confused as a fart in a fan factory. And then all of a sudden, out of the store, I see this big, strapping young gentleman named Dallas. And I was hollering like a stuck pig, asking him to come help me out. So I walked up to him. I said, "Kind sir, do you think you could help change the southern lady's tire?" And as he was changing it, I was just sitting there grinning like a possum eating a sweet tater, looking at how he changed my tire and helped me out. And then, could you believe the nerve of this man? He asked me to go to food with him right after. And the only reason I did was because I felt obligated to, because normally a southern lady would make a gentleman court her properly. So we had a meal, and then once we were done with our meal, we went our separate ways, and I would never talk to him again because he was way too forward. I just smacked him in his stupid face. Hey, Dallas, is that about right? Yeah.
I think I should take you out on a date.
I was going to say, after that, we don't even need to make the phone call. I mean, that kind of settles it, doesn't it?
Dallas met this girl, Brittany, in the parking lot. She had a flat tire. He was walking out. She said, "Can you change it?" He changed it, and then they went to go eat. The meal went well, and then about halfway through, she kind of seemed cold and awkward. And they exchanged numbers and said they might go out again, but she hasn't been very receptive. We're about to call her right now.
Okay.
Here we go.
Hello,
Hi, can I speak to Brittany, please?
this is she.
Hello, Brittany. How are you?
I'm good. Who is this?
Oh, this is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
I don't know you. Who is this?
No, you don't. This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning, the radio show.
Okay, I still don't know you.
It's a morning radio show, and I'm calling you today because one of our listeners actually sent us an email about you.
About me?
Yes.
Okay.
It's a segment that we do on our show called the Second Date Update. You recently went out with a guy named Dallas.
Oh. Okay.
You remember meeting Dallas? He said that he helped you change a tire on your car, and then you guys went out for a meal after?
Yeah, I remember him.
What'd you think of Dallas?
I mean, he was a nice guy and everything.
You just didn't click with him?
Well, not really. I mean, it just kind of got weird.
So
throughout the date.
It got weird. Can you tell us how?
Well, at dinner, like it was a really nice dinner, we're sitting down, and he gets up to leave like 3 times to go to the bathroom, which is not typically a weird thing, but the second time he come back like super sweaty.
He came back to the table super sweaty?
Yes, he was super sweaty. And I didn't know what to think, and I thought, well, poor guy, maybe he's sick or something. So I asked him, are you okay? Or you need to leave? And he said, no, I'm great. I'm good. I've never seen somebody come back from the bathroom sweating like that before.
Maybe he's got IBS.
Maybe. I don't know. I mean, it wasn't spicy food, but it got worse. Like, we're sitting there, and he leaves again, and then there's a table right beside of us, and that guy leaves to go to the bathroom, I guess, comes back, and I can hear
Don't tell me
conversation.
they both came back sweaty together. I wouldn't want to call him back either.
Mystery solved,
Yeah.
The guy was actually talking about my date. Like,
talking about him and saying, there's some guy in the bathroom doing really weird stuff.
What was he doing?
I don't know. They didn't say. They just said that they knew it was weird and it made him uncomfortable. Like, if it makes a guy uncomfortable in the bathroom, something's wrong.
Yeah, there's a lot. Listen, there's a lot of weird stuff that goes on in guys' bathrooms. I've never left them going like, whoa, there's some guy in there doing something strange. I got to get out of here.
Right. So I just had to leave. Like, you don't know what to expect when you're in a new town and new people. Like, I don't know.
And you never asked him what he was doing in the bathroom.
I didn't want to. I mean, what if he told me and asked me to join him? Like, I don't know.
So did you make up a lie about the food not tasting good to get out of there?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, you did.
Yeah.
Because he said that on the
like,
date.
I love food. Like, I love food. And I totally went back to that place the next day. It was so good.
You actually went back there.
Oh, no.
You actually went back to that restaurant the next day.
I did. It was so good.
All right, so that's the reason you're not calling him back, because he was doing something weird in the bathroom, making him sweat.
Yes, that's exactly why.
That's interesting. You know what else is interesting? He's actually on the phone listening right now.
Are you serious?
Yes, I am. 100% serious. Dallas, what were you doing in the bathroom?
Yeah.
Get your guys' minds out of the gutter, okay? I was not doing what you guys think I was doing.
I have no idea what you're doing.
I had an idea.
Okay. I will admit, I did get up a few extra times from the table to go to the bathroom. And I'm really embarrassed to say this, but I was in the bathroom doing push-ups.
What?
You're doing push-ups?
Why were you doing push-ups?
I'm just, into fitness and stuff, and I felt like, because I hadn't been to the gym in a couple days, I felt like I didn't look good enough for you. And
so
I went in there to get kind of like a little bit of a workout in to kind of look a little bit more muscular.
So you went into the bathroom to do push-ups to get a pump.
This was not even scheduled or anything. I didn't have time to go to the gym before this date. I didn't even know this date was going to happen. And I met her, and she is awesome, and that's what I did.
So you just left the table randomly to go work out in the bathroom?
Yeah, I did.
Like, on the bathroom floor?
Well, I washed my hands before I came back to the table.
That is disgusting.
Doesn't make it better.
Brittany, do you believe him? I don't know that I mean, I know you explained it, but I don't know that I buy your story.
This is the God-honest truth, seriously.
Well, is this what guys do here? Like, you just go out into the bathroom to work out during the date? Is this how it works?
No.
I never have.
I've never done that one time, but I felt like I didn't look good enough for you, and that's why I did it. It was more of a freak-out thing.
So working on the car and the tire change wasn't an actual workout? You needed more intensive workout in the bathroom?
To a sense, yeah, because changing the tire is nothing.
I'm so fit, changing a tire doesn't do anything. I got to go do some push-ups and some burpees in the bathroom.
I don't know if I actually buy this whole story.
Does sound weird.
I need to know, were his muscles impressive?
I mean, yeah, he's a really impressive guy. I actually noticed that when he was changing the tire, and, I mean, you could tell he works out. I just never expected it to be during the date in the bathroom.
Hey, Brittany, I would like to ask you this. Would you like to go on a second date with Dallas? We will pay for
guys,
it.
Can I do this myself?
Sure.
Yeah.
Go for it. I mean, hey, dude, I don't want to get beat up by you. I know you got...
Look, Brittany, I'm telling you the truth. I did push-ups in the bathroom to try and impress you. So if you give me a second chance, I promise that I will work out before dinner and not during.
It's a pretty good promise.
And also, we'll pay for the date, Brittany.
You were a really great guy stopping to take care of my tire and take care of me, and you went this far to actually get a second date. So, I think, yeah, let's try it again.
Woohoo! Nice!
Awesome. Congratulations, Dallas. You got your second date.
Well, thank you, guys. I appreciate the help.
No problem. Stop doing push-ups in the bathroom.
I will stop doing push-ups in the bathroom. I'm just embarrassed because I never thought that she would ever find out.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
I gotta
92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
I'm honestly stumped as to why the woman on the phone for a second date update today isn't getting a call back. I mean, usually when you follow somebody across state lines, no big deal.
What?
Yeah, they usually appreciate that when you just show up unannounced somewhere, right?
And now we're going to stalk the guy again by calling him in a second date?
Her name is Abigail. Abigail, what's up?
Hi, guys.
Okay, he's already made you sound creepy right from the get-go.
I'm not creepy. I'm just a bit confused.
Okay.
Sometimes there's a thin line between creepy and confused. I've been a victim of that many times. You have a pretty interesting situation, Abigail. Why don't you tell everybody, first of all, the guy that you want to call, what's his name?
Brian.
Brian. And how did you meet Brian?
Well, I'm a little leery on going on online dates and meeting guys on dating websites because they're usually either nuts, ugly, or smelly, or just not.
God, it sounds like so many great options. I don't know why you're so upset about this.
But, I gave it a shot one more time, and I met Brian. And I got to tell you, we hit it off immediately. It went from 0 to 60 in virtually no time.
So you liked his aroma. He had a good aroma, a good scent.
I mean, from what I could smell over the phone, he was great.
Oh, so you're saying it went from 0 to 60 before you guys even met in person?
Right. I mean, it was instant attraction via conversation. Wow. His profile picture looked great. And then I did a little more digging and found his Facebook profile, and I realized it's really what he looks like.
Uh-huh.
Okay, did you get his tax returns? 'Cause it sounds like you put in a lot of effort.
If I'd done a little more digging, maybe.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's a lot of pressure to put on a date when you've been disappointed so many times. Were you worried about that?
I was, and that's why I did my due diligence, and we talked for hours. I mean, there was nothing I couldn't discuss with him. We text me at least 5 times a day.
Oh, I love that.
How long was this going on before you guys actually decided to meet in person?
Just about a month.
Whoa, that's a long time.
Yeah.
I really wanted to see him, but the thing was, he lived 2 states away.
Oh.
So the whole logistics of meeting each other was really difficult.
I see. I was going to say, what took so long?
Yeah,
that makes sense.
That's it.
But I thought we had kicked it off so well. I wanted to do a grand gesture of romance. And one night when we were chit-chatting, he was telling me his best friend's birthday was that weekend and where they were going to be and what the plans were. And I thought, wouldn't it be cool if I flew down and surprised him?
Whoa, for your first meeting?
I mean, we had chatted for so long. This was inevitable that one of us was going to fly in to meet the other.
But a surprise and just showing up is a whole different ballgame if you don't know him that well yet.
But it could, I could see where it could pay off. It could be an amazing thing or it could be really bad.
So how was it when you saw him for the first time?
I just started drooling. He was so gorgeous.
Oh my gosh.
Wow. Well, maybe that's why he's not calling you back. You just showed up randomly out of the blue with drool all over you.
It's a good point.
And how did he react? Was he drooling as well? Was it just a big spit fest?
He was kind of taken aback. I basically came up behind him and tapped his shoulder, and he turned around, and he got white as a ghost. He was shocked.
Of course.
Okay, wait. Set the scene. Where were you guys when you tapped him on the shoulder? Were you at the birthday party?
Yeah, I showed up at the restaurant where the birthday party was.
Whoa.
Yeah, that's a very bold move.
Well, because I didn't know where he lived, so this is the only way I could get in contact with him.
So what did he do? After he recovered from the initial shock, did he hug you? Did he kiss you?
The first thing he did was say, "What are you doing here?" And I told him I thought it'd be a really cool surprise to, shock you and be here, and thought it'd be really romantic.
Yeah.
And then for most of the night, I ended up speaking to his friends and not much to him.
Oh,
my
wow.
God. But you got to understand, I knew he had to speak to other people. It was his best friend's birthday, so I let it go. I figured, hey, that's what he has to do.
So wait, hold on. How was he introducing you to his friends?
Well, he really wasn't. The 1 or 2 times that I'd bump into him, somebody would come up to him and say, "Oh, and you are?" And he would say, "Oh, this is a friend of mine."
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Ouch.
And I thought, well, it is really new. We haven't really told people about us. So I get it. He wanted to keep it on the down low. I get that.
Yeah.
I'm starting to worry about you. After the birthday party, what happened?
Well, when we got to the end of the night, people started leaving, and it was basically he and I and his best friend. And I started talking to him, and I said, well, I'm here now. And he said, how long are you here for? And I thought that was odd that he would ask me when I'm leaving when we just met.
Uh-huh.
But I said to him, I'm here till tomorrow evening. Maybe we can have lunch or brunch tomorrow, or maybe even right now. Let's go for another drink or a cup of coffee.
Hey.
And he said he was really busy. He had a lot of commitments the next day. But I was like, okay, maybe you can spare an hour. I did fly all the way out here.
Uh-huh.
He said, you know what? We'll set up a date for when I can either fly out to you or you can fly out here again.
Were you
crushed?
crushed?
I was crushed until he said, let's see if we can figure out a time to meet up again.
Oh,
so I thought there was some hope there that, maybe he really was busy the next day. I don't know.
You are so nice to this man.
Well, he's something special.
How many times have you tried to?
For you.
Oh no!
How many times have you tried to get a hold of him since that weekend?
It's been a week so far, and I only heard from him once, and that also through text. So it's not like it was before.
Oh my gosh! And you're sure he's single, right?
From what I understand, I didn't see any rings on his finger, and I didn't see any other woman around.
Okay,
that's good.
Okay.
Well, we'll play a song, come back, call him, and then get your second date update. Okay?
Okay.
All right, hang on.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
If you're just tuning in for today's second date update, it's the kind of thing that movies are made about. Abigail is on the phone, and Abigail met the man of her dreams online. And they chatted back and forth every single day, every single night for weeks until Abigail decided to show up unannounced at a birthday party. She flew all the way there to surprise him, tapped him on the shoulder, and he turned around and she said, "Abigail's home."
That's not what happened.
Poor Abigail.
I think I've seen that movie before.
It's scary, but I don't think that's what happened.
That is sort of what happened. Abigail did surprise this dude that she'd been talking to online. They live in different states, and she actually showed up to a birthday party that he was at, unannounced, and was hoping that everything would go great. But when she got there and surprised him, he was kind of weird and sort of ignored her the rest of the night, and they haven't really talked since. Abigail?
Hi.
Yeah, sounds just like what you said, Jubal. I mean, very similar.
I'm really not a stalker, I promise.
Well, I have a whole different scenario in my head, Abigail.
Abigail, you're so sweet. It just makes me so angry because it sounds like you guys really connected and he really led you down this path, and he's just a jerk. I don't know how else to say it appropriately.
But she did show up out of the blue, unannounced, like from states away. That could creep a guy out.
But he was giving her the wrong signals, man.
I really got the feeling that we had the connection, and he would have loved this romantic gesture.
All right, well, we'll find out. I'm going to dial his phone number right now and see if we can talk to him and get your second date update, okay?
Okay.
Oh,
okay.
Gosh, she's
Hold
so
on.
nice.
Hello?
Hi, can I speak to Brian, please?
Yeah, this is Brian. Who's this?
Hey, what's up, man? How are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
I'm sorry, who?
Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning? Weird ways. I know. Sounds weird.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about, man.
I figured you wouldn't. That's fine. Brooke and Jubal in the morning is a morning radio show.
Okay.
Okay.
And that's the end of the call. Thank you for answering, Brian.
I'm calling you because one of our listeners actually asked us to reach out to you.
All right. You sure you got the right Brian?
I'm pretty sure I do. I'll check. Do you know a girl named Abigail?
Yeah.
Okay, well, we know a girl named Abigail as well, and she's really confused because she thought you guys had a great relationship for a few weeks until she decided to just fly into town and surprise you, and she said you seemed kind of cold to her, and now you haven't really talked to her since.
You can understand why that she's going to like any length possible to get some sort of answer. Like if you put that much energy into seeing someone and then they suddenly shut down, like that's got to be really confusing.
Let me get this straight then. She had you guys to reach out to contact me. That's what you're telling me?
Yes. Because you won't really give her an answer, and you're kind of being cold.
Ridiculous. This is crazy, man.
It's not really that crazy. I mean, she just wants an answer.
I just can't believe that she's doing all this just to get in touch with me.
Yeah, but you guys went from like texting like 5 times a day for a whole month to nothing.
Yeah, and she liked you a lot, Brian. And talking to you right now, I can understand why. You seem like a sweet dude. I like you too.
Yeah, well, I normally am, but not when like radio shows call me. I have to like dig into my personal life.
We get that. We do.
Can you just tell us anything? At least we can talk to her and be like, oh, he just wasn't really feeling you when he saw you in person or something like that.
Well, don't tell her that, because, I mean, that's not true.
Really?
Yeah, no, yeah, I really do like her a lot. There's just stuff going on that I just don't want to get into.
Oh, you're in a relationship. I knew it. I told her that. I told her that she swore she thought you were single.
No, I know I'm definitely single. That's not it.
Oh, okay.
Really?
It's just, I thought what we had going on was good. I mean, I kind of liked, I guess, the distance aspect of it, and then for her to just randomly show up at a friend's birthday party, I'm not really expecting that at all.
But why did you spend all night avoiding her? I mean, at some point, if you say that you really like her...
Yeah, well, I guess it just got too real for me, having her right there.
What?
Too real, like, you like talking to her online and on the phone, but to realize you could actually touch a person was strange?
No, I mean, it's not necessarily that. It's just, there's other stuff.
But I understand there's other stuff. But right now, all I understand is you like her a lot, it shocked you that she showed up, and then there's stuff. Like, how is that a message to give to her to help her understand why you're not talking to her anymore?
You know what? Whatever. I don't care anymore. I need a kidney transplant.
Whoa. What?
Yeah.
Oh, that's serious.
Whoa.
Yeah, way to take things down, Brian.
I mean, you guys asked for it.
Yeah, well, usually these things end up like, oh, I thought they smelled funny, or they puked in my back seat.
Yeah.
Man, I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So is it just that you don't want to get involved in a relationship because you obviously have some serious health stuff that you need to concentrate on?
Pretty much. You know, I don't want to drag her into this, you know what I mean? I feel like this is kind of my battle right now. And by her showing up, I realized, you know, that she really does like me a lot. And I'm just not wanting her to be that close to being around all this, like, stuff going on.
Oh, I feel so horrible. Wow. I thought these awful things about you, and now...
Yeah, look at you, Brooke.
Seriously, dude, I am sorry.
It's all good. It's not a big deal, I guess.
So did you not tell her about your situation when you guys were chatting online and on the phone and stuff?
No. You know, I didn't want to tell her this, you know what I mean? Like, I thought if we kept it from a distance, you know, we could keep it upbeat and not have to kind of, like, talk about all this stuff.
Yeah.
You know, I really just enjoyed her conversation, and sometimes, you know, when there's a lot of bad stuff going on in your life, to have somebody there that kind of just talk to you and, you know, just kind of laugh with and stuff like that, it kind of brings you up. So I didn't want to, like, kind of bring her down by you know, the transplant.
Yeah, and you were able to escape your own stuff, too.
You know, Brian, you're kind of making this difficult on me because this would normally be the point where I'd try to deliver a witty line and then tell you that the person is on the other line listening to the conversation. But I don't have any witty lines, so I'm just going to connect you two so you can talk, okay?
Wait, is she on the other line now, or what do you mean by connect us?
Yeah, she's listening to this phone call and wants to talk to you.
Oh, my God, man, are you kidding? Like, I just said that, didn't even want her to know.
Yeah, sorry.
Unfortunately, she does know now. Abigail, are you there?
Hi, Brian.
Hey, sorry, I didn't really want you to find out this way.
No, I'm sorry. I don't even know what to say. I'm shocked.
You don't have to say anything. I mean, I know that I didn't tell you, so there's no way you could have known. It's just, I don't know. I didn't know how connected I was going to get with you, and then I guess I got worried about actually telling you. So.
But I want you to know something. I care about you more than you can imagine. I'm here if you want to talk. I'm here if you need me to make you laugh. I'm there for you.
I really appreciate that because, I mean, I don't know. I got scared once you got down there and, you know, actually seeing you, and it made it seem too real, and I guess I pushed you away a little bit and didn't want to, you know, get too close.
Listen, get close. If you need me to do anything or help you or just put a smile on your face whenever you need me.
Yeah, you're such a sweet person. I don't want you to get all caught up in this and then something go wrong. Right now, I'm on a waiting list. I'm not, you know, there's no guarantee of when I'm going to be able to get the transplant. And honestly, Abigail, I really care about you, and I really want to, you know, keep you in my life. And at the same time, because I care about you so much, I feel like I can't. I don't know. I'm just really torn right now.
I mean, I'm willing to take a blood test. Is there any way maybe I'm compatible in some way?
Whoa.
No, want you to do that, Abigail. I really
Listen, this is about kindness. This is the reason why I was put in your life.
the chances are so slim that that's even possible. I don't want you to have to go through with that.
But Brian, there's always a chance. It may be slim, but it's still there.
Yeah, but it's just I can't think about you actually giving up your kidney for me. I can't think about you doing that. I don't want that to happen.
Well, I got 2.
Good point.
Good point.
Yep.
So I can give one up. It's like a spare tire.
Wow.
I don't even know what to say.
At least give me the chance or the opportunity to look into this. Consider it. You have to consider it.
Brian, how about this? How about we send Abigail out to you, and you guys can spend the weekend together, you can hang out, you can go on a few dates, and you can even discuss a possible kidney transplant. I've never had to say that in a second date update before, but I'm saying it. So
I can't believe this is actually happening right now.
Oh, my God.
Would you be interested in that, Brian? Just checking things out?
I don't know about the whole kidney transplant, but the date would be awesome. I would love to go on a date.
Yes.
Okay,
Brian,
so that's a yes.
Yeah, definitely.
Yay!
I'm happy to hear you say that, Brian.
Oh, me too.
Yeah, I'm really excited that I'll actually be seeing you.
This has been a really weird second date update. Normally it's the dude who's begging to put his organ in a woman. And
Organ jokes. You had to, didn't you?
I couldn't help it, yeah.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
I got a text in at 78592 that says, I was not prepared for those feels this morning. Thanks a lot, guys.
Really?
Too much feels. You're talking about today's second date update. It's Brooke and Jubal in the morning. And if you missed it, Brian and Abigail met Brian online and they talked for a long time, like a month. And then she decided to surprise him because he lived in a different state. She actually showed up to a party that he was at and he was kind of cold and weird. Mm-hmm. And then he didn't talk to her after. And she was confused. So we got him on the phone and found out the reason that he didn't call her back was because he is going through some health issues and needs a kidney transplant and didn't want to call her back because once she showed up, he's like, oh, I can't put her through all this.
Wow.
And a lot of people texting in at 78592 said they're in tears from the second date update today.
That was so intense, man.
Yeah, I went from like 0 to 100 because I thought this guy's a player. Like, he's
that's
got a girl on the side. And then you
like.
hear the reason, you're like, oh, no.
Did you see the text message we got that says, my brother gave a girl a kidney and now they have 2 kids and have been married 12 years?
Oh, I hope that happens
Just
to
even
them.
the text message makes me weepy.
Well, of course you'd stay with somebody like that because arguments would be so awesome. You're like, dude, take the trash out. I gave you a kidney. Take the trash out. Somebody texted in at 78592 and says, can we get back to the yelling and the screaming and the second date updates? This is just way too heavy for me today.
Everyone seems to have dubbed them the kidney couple.
Oh, that's kind of cute.
It is, but it's also kind of sick.
Yeah.
You know?
And somebody texted in and said, are you really going to send her to meet up with him so they can talk about a kidney transplant? Because she said that she would even be willing to give him a kidney if she was a match.
Wow. That's love right there, yo.
Yeah,
and we offered to fly her out there so they could go on a date at least and hang out and talk about it. Mm-hmm. And are you really going to send her out there? No, we're not. It's all an act. We'll give them some gift cards to Applebee's and tell them to figure it out. Of course, we're going to send her there.
We like to lead people on with promises of possible kidneys and then rip it away.
It's kind of our thing. We're a wacky morning radio show. It's what we do. So yeah, we'll send them out there, and everybody texting in at 78592 says you have to get an update from that couple. We need a second date update from them, and we will definitely try to do that.
Yeah, I need that.
Well, and I hope they continue to like each other through it all too. Because like, what if they are a match and he's like, ugh, I'm really just not into this.
Afterwards. Oh no.
And then he's not calling her back to protect her feelings. He just like is calling her all the time to get the kidney, and then after that he's gonna.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
The girl on the phone for a second date update today is obviously really disappointed that she's not getting a call back because she got wined and dined on her first date. I'm talking like a tour of the world, basically. She got to go to Italy at this restaurant called Sparrow, and then maybe some American cuisine after at a place called Cinnabon, which I've heard a lot about. Yeah.
Did she really eat at the mall?
Yes, she did. She ate at the mall on her first date, and now the dude is not calling her back. Her name's Jaylene. What's up, Jaylene?
Hey, guys.
Okay, wait.
Hey.
You don't sound 14, so I'm confused.
No, I'm not.
Okay, but your first date sounds amazing. I've heard of that Italian restaurant before.
Right.
I've never been able to pronounce the name, though, but I've heard it's great.
No, I work at the mall, actually.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So who did you go out with, a customer or a coworker?
It was sort of a customer. He had walked in, and I was having a really bad day. And of course, customer service is always wonderful when you're having a bad day. But I think you could tell that something was wrong, or I don't know.
Where do you work at the mall? I mean, you don't have to say what the business is, but what do you do?
I work at a kiosk, so I meet different kinds of people.
Okay, yeah, that would be a frustrating job at the mall, especially the people that handle lotions and stuff, because you get people just turning you down all day long. Eventually, you probably want to throw a lotion bottle at their head. So, anyway, you were having a bad day, and this dude could tell?
Yeah, it just seemed like he could tell, and he trying to cheer me up. So we got to talking there for a bit, and then I had to get back to work. So he said, do you have a break coming up? And I said, yeah, in about 30 minutes, I'll have my lunch break. So he said, all right, that's great. I have some shopping to do. Why don't we meet at the food court? So
that's cute.
Yeah.
Were you excited?
I was. I mean, everybody usually ignores me. So the fact that this guy, this attractive guy, is talking to me and just cheering me up, I thought it was really sweet.
Yeah.
Okay. And so how was the food court? Everything that you had hoped for and more?
Well, of course. So I walk, down to the food court, and he's already gotten a table for us. He's already ordered lunch for us. He ordered kung pao chicken.
Well, because you probably don't have a very long break. He needs to get that going.
Exactly. That's what I was thinking. I'm like, but he's got to know that, I don't have that much time. So he had everything ready.
Trust me, I know the owner at the Panda Express. I got an extra orange on the orange chicken today.
Hey, dude, I may date somebody based on that knowledge alone, Jubal. I'm just saying.
Yeah, so it was really sweet and nice. And then after, he's like, so do you want to split a churro with me? It's like, sure. I really have to get back to work. But anyways, we exchanged numbers, and we were talking back and forth the next 4 or 5 days. And we weren't just texting, we were talking on the phone and having great conversations.
Really?
Yeah, nothing weird, nothing
he didn't just send you a picture of his churro off the top, normal text conversation.
Right. There was nothing perverted or super sexual or anything like that. It was just a great conversation and just getting to know the other person, but I don't know, we had a lot in common. And
and I bet when you saw his name pop up on your phone, but that felt awesome.
Yeah, it did, until he stopped responding to me, and then I was like, what did I do wrong? How?
Yeah. Way to rub it in, Brooke.
Oh, that's not what I meant. I mean,
it was
you
probably
never saw it
so
again.
amazing whenever he would contact you, but now he's not contacting you at all, so that's got to hurt.
I think that there's got to be a reasonable explanation. Or I want there to be anyway.
Yeah. A reasonable explanation for making me feel bad? I don't know.
I didn't mean to make you feel bad.
Well, all right. Well, how long has it been since he's talked to you?
It's been about a week.
It's been about a week. Okay.
That's a lot
all right, well,
if you guys are talking daily, too.
Yeah, like that.
Yeah, it was fast and furious. We would talk all day long for a week. And then just nothing.
Okay. Well, we'll play a song, come back, and call him and get your second date update, okay?
Well, I really hope you can reach him because I can't. So
we will find this guy. If I have to go to every Wetzel's pretzel, I will find this dude for you. Okay.
Thank you.
We'll do it right after this. Hang on.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
If you're just tuning in for today's second date update, Jaylene is on the phone, and she met a dude named Justin at the mall. She works there at a kiosk, and apparently they struck up a conversation and then shared a romantic lunch at the food court. And then after that, they've texted back and forth for 5 days, every single minute of the day, she says. And she was surprised when he just kind of dropped off the face of the earth and stopped talking to her. Yeah. And personally, I was surprised to learn that people still go to the mall. So That's cool.
Jaylene, I'm sure you've gone through like 8,000 different scenarios of what could be going on because you said you even had actual phone conversations with this person.
Right.
What do you think it is? You haven't given us your theory.
I don't know. I've been racking my brain about this. Like, he's married or something? I mean, I don't know.
That's where I went too.
Really?
Where I went in my head. You're in a relationship.
Maybe.
Seen a ring.
No, because she hasn't seen his house. She hasn't seen his car. Like, she's seen no proof of his personal life.
But he didn't try and hook up with me, so I don't get it. I mean, it's not like we, hooked up the first night we met, and then that's all he wanted. I don't know why you would talk to me every day for a week and then just...
Maybe he's a time traveler.
What? God. Why would you come to that conclusion?
I think he's from 1992 because you met at the mall and he actually called you on the phone, and that's the last time I think those things have ever happened.
I mean, at this point, I guess anything's possible.
All right, well, I'll dial his phone number right now and see if we can figure out why he just stopped talking to you. Okay, here we go.
Okay.
Hello?
Hi, can I speak to Justin, please?
Yeah, you got him.
Hey, Justin, how are you, man? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Who? Who is it?
Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
What's that?
It's a radio show.
All right, so he listens.
What? Who are those people? Is there like a lot of you over there?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's 3 of us right now.
Okay.
Hi.
Why are you guys calling me? What can I do for you?
Well, I wanted to see if I could grab a few minutes of your time because we got an email from someone who listens to our show and they wanted us to call you on their behalf.
Okay. What? It's weird, man. What's going on?
It is weird.
It is. It's a girl that you met at the mall and you guys had lunch at the food court. You guys talked for a little while, about a week, and then you just kind of stopped talking to her. Her name's Jaylene.
Oh, yeah, Jaylene, yeah. Yeah, I know her.
Okay. Well, Jaylene emailed us and wanted to see if we could get you on the phone and find out why you stopped talking to her.
Oh, man, we're good. We're fine. We got what we wanted, or got what I wanted, and we're good.
Wait, hold on, though. What did you want? I think that maybe that's the confusing part for all of us when you say that.
Well, I mean, it's, end of transaction. It's just,
You got what... Okay, normally when I ask a girl to lunch or dinner or something else, there's something that I want out of it that I don't think you want. Like, what transaction are you talking about?
Well, I mean, I don't want to tell you guys because, if I say anything, then everybody's going to know what I'm doing, and, like, not everybody could think of this, so kind of want to keep to myself for a while, maybe. Whoa. You know what I'm saying?
So wait, you think that you have some genius plan that you don't want leaked out? Is that why you don't want to tell us?
I got a genius plan that I don't want leaked out that nobody else thought of yet, so yeah, no.
That involves Kung Pao chicken in a mall food court?
Well, I mean, sometimes it's Kung Pao, sometimes it's churros. I think we did a Mongolian grill one time. I mean, I was like...
Wait.
What? Okay, so this is something that you do.
Yeah, man, it's just kind of my thing. It's what I do.
You use women for dates at the food court? But you paid, right? Who paid?
So I paid, man. It's all part of it.
So
What's part of it? I thought you had... I mean, from what Jaylene told us, you guys had a nice connection. You had good conversation on the phone. And you had a quick date in the mall food court that ended in a churro.
Yeah, that's all correct. That's how it went down. Can you think of a better plan?
Well, you keep sounding so sleazy about it. Like, hey, I got what I wanted. But I still don't see what you wanted out of it.
Do you just not like to eat alone at the food court? Like you feel bad about that or something?
All right, here's the deal. You guys ready for this?
Yeah.
Yes, very.
All right. I only date girls from cell phone providers because that way you can get all those discounts and those special deals.
What?
Like for cell phones, man. I mean, I only date girls from mall kiosks, man, because like they're easy. They always say yes. You just take them up to the food court. It costs like $15 for whatever, and then you get this $900 phone discount. I mean, I've dated 3 T-Mobiles. I've dated 2 Verizons, at least a half a dozen Sprints.
my God.
I mean, those on Boost Mobile ended kind of badly, but like you get all the special deals, and like some like I get plenty of lines from my crew, and like all my Christmas shopping is always done, and I get the newest. I like having the new stuff because I got my rep to maintain, so I like having that stuff. And some of these companies, they'll pay you to switch. They give you hundreds of dollars just to switch. So, like, if I got to pay $15 to feed the chick, that's worth it, man.
I'm so conflicted right now because I really like that you're, like, using the cell phone companies because I hate them, but I don't want you to use a woman to do that.
Yeah, she lied to you.
Well, I don't just use one. I spread it out.
Yeah, women, plural, I guess. Did she give you a deal on a phone? Because she didn't mention anything about that.
Well, I mean, it didn't happen right away. Like, not after we had lunch at the food court. So I had to, it took a couple of days, like, talking to her on the phone, but eventually, yeah.
What? Oh, my God. Hey, what the is going on?
Oh.
Wait, who's that? Hello?
Oh, that's Jaylene, Justin. She's on the other line and wants to talk to you.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, I'm here, and I've heard every single thing that you said, and I could get in a lot of trouble giving you those discounts, so thanks. Awesome.
So you did give him one?
Yeah, I gave him one, but I didn't know he was using me. I mean, it's not like I gave it to him right away.
Yeah, and
yeah, at least you didn't give it up right away. Like a lot of women, they'll give it up right after the food court, but apparently you made him wait a couple days.
That's good.
Dude, we're laughing, but that's messed up, Jaylene. I'd be pissed if I were you too, man.
I am pissed off. I don't even know what to do right now.
Look, I didn't use you. I bought you lunch. I give
Oh
a
my
little,
God.
you give a little. Not a big deal. You're taking this way too seriously.
I wish that you would talk to me like this when you talk to me every single day, multiple times a day on the phone, because you sound like a douchebag.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I really wish this guy had been on the phone with me instead of whoever else you were playing.
Yeah, I don't really take life advice from people that work at kiosks.
Oh,
wait, so we should
You know
take
what,
life.
though? You know what, though? I don't take advice from guys that can't pay for their own cell phone bill instead of using girls to get discounts because they want an upgrade. Just buy the phone. Just work hard, buy the phone with your own money. That's disgusting.
Amen, Jaylene.
I don't got to, sweetheart. It's called using your head.
Oh, my God.
You know what? You disgust me. And you know what? The Kung Pao chicken that you got me was actually cold, too. So.
Cold chicken.
Well, you still ate it, and you gave me the discount, so I'm happy.
I think I know the answer to this, but
Yeah.
hey, Justin, would you want to go out with Jaylene again on a second date? We'll pay for it. I know you like free stuff, so get hooked up there.
Well, if she's still working at the kiosk, yeah, we can talk about maybe getting me a free upgrade.
Oh, my gosh. You don't stop, do you?
Obviously, you're not that smart because I can go in and cancel your service anytime I want.
Oh.
And you're an idiot because I can report you, too.
All right, listen, honey, you ain't going to do that, because if you do, I'm going to tell your manager that you gave me the discount. And you're going to get in trouble and probably lose your job.
Oh, great. So now you're, like, blackmailing her or something. You're classy.
I don't blackmail people. I'm just saying there's a lot more kiosks where that came from, you know?
I think that's a risk I'm willing to take, Justin. I think that's a risk I'm willing to take.
Oh, my God. Jaylene, don't even put any more energy into this dude.
No, him. He can prepare to have his service canceled at noon today.
Oh, dang.
That is a lot of power.
Yeah, I'm still confused. Do you guys not want to go out, or do you want to go out? Nobody ever answered my question.
I'm good. I'm all set. I do not need any more Kung Pao chicken. Thank you.
Oh, man.
All right. Well, I guess enjoy your cell service while you have it, Justin.
Yeah, I got to go to the mall again today, then.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Got a text in at 78592 that says somebody should tell that guy that cell phone companies, they usually give you a discount sometimes if you just call up and say that you're unhappy with their service. It's Brooke and Jubal in the morning talking about today's second date update. If you missed it, this girl named Jaylene wanted to call a dude named Justin. They met at the mall. She works at a kiosk at the mall. And on that same day, he was like, "Where'd your break?" And she said when her break was. And then they met at the food court and shared some food, had a romantic time outside of Panda Express and all the other great establishments that the food court has to offer. And then they even talked on the phone for like a week, and then he just kind of went away. He stopped. Stopped talking to her. We got him on the phone and found out why. Apparently, this is what he does. He goes to the mall, meets a girl that works at a cell phone kiosk, wines and dines her, And by wines and dines, I mean goes get like a Diet Coke and a Cinnabon. And then he convinces them to give him a discount on cell phone service. Yeah. That's his thing.
He's so proud of his thing. That was what's odd to me. Like, aren't you kind of sad that you just can't, I don't know, pay for your cell phone coverage?
No, to him, he's a genius. He's
smart. Yeah, he didn't even want to tell us. He's like, I don't want people knowing my tricks.
Yeah, it's like, dude, I don't know, like maybe get a job?
Yeah, not that impressive. No. I mean, it's always kind of wrong when you use somebody for something, but like people who are getting like cars and boats and trips around the world and things like that, pretty cool. But just getting a new phone, not necessarily that cool.
And he's not even getting them for free, I don't think. He's just getting a deal.
Yeah,
he's getting like an upgrade, like a cheap upgrade.
Yeah, he's still spending hundreds, I bet.
Oh, remember, she threw in a free case.
That's true.
That's how they get you.
They decided not to go out again. Remember, if you want to do a second date update, all you have to do is email the show, and we will call the person who didn't call you back.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
There's a lot of pressure when you go out on a date with somebody that was set up by friends. Because you know the same people and you can't go back to those people after and be like, yeah, the date was okay, but now that person's gone. I don't know where they went. They just sort of disappeared.
No, you can't do that.
Because they know them, so it's like, I don't know. There's been like news reports. They've been missing for like 7 to 10 days since our date. I don't know. It's kind of strange. So the rule is don't go out on a date that was set up by friends and then have that person just kind of disappear. If that's what you're planning on doing, make sure that person doesn't have friends.
Wow.
Right, that's just a little bit of a helpful hint for you.
Wow.
And before we get into the second date update, is that what happened to you, Elise?
Well, no. I mean, I haven't heard from him, but there's no police report or anything.
Because your email said that you haven't heard from him, and I figured something happened, like it was your plan to have that happen, and you were just trying to play things off. So you didn't make him disappear.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, she sounds pretty cold-blooded, so it is
do.
kind of shocking that wasn't the case.
All right, so your email said that you were set up with this guy through friends.
Yeah, so I am recently single. My boyfriend of just over a year broke up with me a couple of months ago, and so I was like not really sure, if I wanted to go out with someone new. So it like took a little bit of convincing, but I finally was like, okay, I'll meet him, because they kept playing him up and saying that he was really great. So we met up for dinner, and he was really great. He was a gentleman. We had lots to talk about. There was never like a weird breaking conversation.
What kind of things did you talk about?
Just sort of like music. We talked about TV shows that we watch.
I think I know why he's not calling you back. It sounds like a really boring date.
No, it wasn't.
So do you like TV? Yeah.
No, it really was fun, but I was just like a little nervous, like more nervous than I thought I was going to be.
Were you just nervous because you hadn't been on a date in so long, or because you had really built this guy up in your head?
Just because I hadn't been on a date and I hadn't been out with anyone except my ex in so long. But he was really great, like everything that I could have wished for in a guy.
Did you point out the whole time how much different he was than your ex? That's always a good move on a first date.
I said to him, like in the middle of the date, like I was just thinking that I hadn't been on a date since I was with my ex. So like I said that to him just because it was on my mind, and he was just like, oh yeah, I heard, our friends told me that you would, just broken up with someone, but, and then I was like, but I'm over it, so it's fine.
See, the secret is you need to do that while crying. So you seem vulnerable. Let the guy in a little bit.
Oh, you think so? I should have done that.
Yeah, crying and then talking about how all men are evil and they'll break your heart. That's what you should have said to him.
Next time you go out, I'll tell him.
So how did he react after you brought up your ex? Was that a weird moment, or was it something that was glossed over?
I mean, I don't think it was that weird. Like, we talked about it for a little while, and he listened to what I had to say, and then at the end of the night, he gave me a hug, and I said, like, it was really fun, and I hope we can do it again. And he was like, yeah, absolutely.
Wow. That sounds positive.
Yeah.
You would think, right?
Right.
Now it's been like 10 days, and I haven't heard from him. Like, I text him, but I haven't heard back, and I don't know what's going on.
What have your friends said about it?
They basically just said, like, he's kind of acting weird, and, like, he's not really talking about it.
Whoa.
So
did you get that feeling, like they're lying to you?
I don't know. I mean, I want to think that my friends wouldn't lie to me, and, I mean, I would just rather know, like, if you're not interested. But I don't get it, because he was interested. Like, it was a good date.
So do you have any theories then? Why do you think that he's not calling you back?
Maybe he's seeing someone else, and he just doesn't want to tell me. But, like, I would like to know, don't just ghost on me. That's weird.
Yeah.
And are you really over your ex?
Yeah, I mean, it's done. I mean, it's over with me and my ex.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah. Doesn't sound like it.
Yeah. He was very clear about that.
Okay, he was clear about that, but is it over in your head?
I mean, I can't be with someone who doesn't want to be with me.
Okay, so you would actually prefer to be with your ex if you could.
But I can't.
All right. Well, maybe this guy picked up on that. I don't know. That's the only thing I can think.
Yeah, I mean, maybe he did, but I would love to know.
Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
If you're just tuning in for the second date update, Elise is on the phone with us, and she wants to call a guy named Ryan. They were hooked up through friends, went out to dinner. I should also mention that she's recently out of a relationship, and she is definitely over her ex. As a matter of fact, while she sits there about to make the phone call to find out why this guy isn't calling her back, she's looking at a picture of her ex-boyfriend, wishing things would be different. Am I right, Elise?
No, you are not correct.
Elise thinks that the reason this guy isn't calling her back is maybe when she was sharing how she just got out of a relationship, it could have seemed like she wasn't really over her ex yet. And we know that she actually is not over her ex yet.
Well, and that's okay, Elise.
I am as over my ex as I can be at this point.
There you go.
Guys.
So you're kind of over your ex.
I'm interested in Ryan.
Okay.
So there's that.
All
Which
right.
is the first step in recovery, really. I mean, finding someone else to get interested in, for sure.
Well, I'm going to dial the phone number, get him on the phone, and find out why he's not calling you back, okay?
Okay.
Here we go. If not, then we'll just call your ex after.
Hello?
Hi, I'm looking for Ryan.
Yeah, that's me.
Hey, Ryan, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning.
From what?
Brooke and Jubal in the Morning? It's a radio show?
Don't really know what that is, but okay.
Well, it's a morning radio show.
Okay, great.
All right. And I'm calling you today because one of our listeners asked me to see if I could get a hold of you.
What?
Yeah. You recently went out on a date with a girl named Elise.
What?
Yeah. Elise emailed us and told us that she really enjoyed going out with you and then is wondering why you're...
Wait.
Mm-hmm.
What? So this is like a radio show, and this girl, yes, I know who you're talking about, she called you?
Well, she emailed us because apparently you're not responding to any of her text messages or phone calls.
Yeah, no kidding, I'm not. But, this is just weird. Okay.
I understand it's kind of weird. It's a segment that we do on our show called the Second Date Update. Do you mind telling us why you're not calling her back?
It was just a frustrating experience. That's all I can really say.
Okay, what was so frustrating about it?
All I can say is we're not really compatible, okay?
Why wouldn't you just tell her that then if it was that easy?
Okay, listen, it was just a very frustrating experience. I really don't want to revisit it.
Okay, but can you give us a little bit of why it was frustrating so that at least we can shed some light on it for her?
She just made a comment that really pissed me off.
Whoa.
What was it?
She just said something that was like totally inappropriate, and it was pretty offensive.
Did she mean to be offensive, or was she just saying something that was totally ignorant?
No, it seemed pretty intentional. It was pretty cold and calculated, if you ask me.
Wow, she didn't seem that rude. We talked to her a little bit about your date. She didn't seem like somebody who would be rude.
Yeah, well, listen, I was surprised too. Like initially, I thought she seemed like a nice person, and then she like threw this thing at me, and I was like, "Wow, okay, wow, not who I thought you were."
You got to tell me what it is.
She's just a hater, and I don't want to deal with people like that.
Oh my god!
What did she do? Was she rude to the waitstaff or something?
No, so like we were having a conversation during dinner, okay, and I told her that I like to cook. I cook a lot. And I told her that I particularly am very, very fond of the Barefoot Contessa, Ina Garten. Like I've seen all of her shows. I have all of her cookbooks.
Is that a cooking show?
Are you kidding me? Is this a radio show? Give me a break. I mean,
this is barely a radio show. Whoa. I don't watch the Food Network or is it on the Food? I don't even know where that is. I've never heard of it.
It's on of course it's on the Food Network. Ina Garten, the Barefoot Contessa. She's in the Hamptons. She's cooking meals for like Spielberg and stuff. Hello.
Sorry, I didn't know who she was. Maybe I'll check it out sometime. I'm from the sounds of it, I'm sure I'll like it.
Yeah, it'll change your life.
Okay.
I think she's like the most amazing woman that's ever lived.
Wow.
And Elise responded in an extremely rude way. It was incredibly disrespectful.
Whoa. What did she say to you?
First of all, she laughed at me. She like dropped her fork and openly laughed. Like everyone in the restaurant turned and looked. She was just laughing her face off at me.
Because you like the Barefoot Contessa.
Because I like the Barefoot Contessa, apparently. That's hilarious. I don't know. But then she says, in a really loud voice, she goes, "That lady, she's the worst." And I was like, speechless. I could not. I was like, what?
What?
So
I'm
she
confused.
said that she didn't like the Barefoot Contessa, and
yes, she said she did not like the Barefoot Contessa. Not only that she didn't like her, she said she was the worst. And then she went even further. She said she is so fake. Her show is so boring, and oh my god, okay, and her recipes are like so simple, they're for like a middle school cafeteria. And I was like, oh, you have got to be kidding me, lady. You have got to be kidding me.
you're that into cooking.
This is bigger than food. This is, yeah, the food's amazing. This is about this woman, this incredible soul, okay? And to disrespect her like that, I don't think so. Not on my watch. I was like, you go for the Barefoot Contessa, you're coming for me.
Are you joking?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Maybe you didn't hear me. She said she's the worst. It's like she insulted not only Ina Garten, but she insulted me. I mean, like she just sort of said, what I believe in, the thing that I care about the most, is a joke. I'm like, you know what, lady? I'm going to toss this table over and walk out because that is some bullshit.
Then why did... This is so crazy to me.
That would have been great.
Well, don't you wish that you could tell Elise off a little bit then? I mean, and let her know.
No, I don't want to have anything to do with her again. That bitch is dead to me. Okay?
Okay. All right. Well, I should probably not tell you this, but I'm going to tell you anyway. Elise is actually on the other line listening and wants to talk to you.
What?
Yeah.
Ryan?
Wow, this is just getting better and better. This is amazing.
I am like, I don't even know what to say.
Yeah.
Well, you certainly knew what to say the other night about the Barefoot Contessa. That was pretty clear.
I have no idea that I offended you, and I'm so sorry. I can't believe that you're so worked up over this. I mean, I don't know. If you had said something to me about something that you care about a great deal, and I laughed at it and threw it back in your face, you wouldn't have been offended by that. You got to be. I mean, but I yes, she's not my favorite, but I don't. It's not like I said I hate her. She's the worst. She should, jump off a cliff or like. I just said I prefer the show with Giada, and I like.
Oh my God, that was like a stake through my heart. It was like a stake through my heart when you said that. Whoa. You want to talk? You think Ina is fake? That is fake. I mean, that is like you open up the dictionary, the word fake, and there's a picture of Giada. That's all I know.
Shots fired over Cooking Network personalities.
She's not really Italian. She's from Long Island or something. I mean, come on. And then she does like, the Italian accent when she says Italian words, and then the rest of the time she has no accent. It makes me want to puke. I'm just like, it's disgusting. That is like capital F fake.
Okay.
I don't understand. You just went silent, and then we moved on with the conversation. But we could have talked more about it if you were so upset. I I just don't understand. I don't think I said anything that was so horrible. I just said,
oh my,
I don't.
Stop saying that. Please stop saying that. I mean, I can't even. Who would say anything like that about the Barefoot Contessa?
Ryan,
Who would ever say something like that?
People disagree on things every day.
This isn't a disagreement, okay? This is about the thing that I care about the most in my life, and you just pissed all over it. You were just like, oh, what a waste of time. What a loser you are. Well, thanks a lot, lady. Thanks.
Right, don't you think that maybe it's unhealthy to like the Barefoot Contessa that much?
I don't even want to talk about this anymore. This is exhausting. Frankly, I'm surprised that this whole time we've been on the phone, Elise has not actually apologized to me.
Elise, do you want to apologize?
Well, I am very sorry that I offended you.
Do not apologize.
I'm not going to apologize for feeling the way that I feel or having a conversation and disagreeing with you. But
it wasn't a disagreement. It was a full-on attack. It was an
Oh, my
attack.
goodness.
And if you think it was anything less than that, then you're insane.
Oh, my gosh.
At this point, I would love to ask you guys if you will go out on a second date. We will pay for it,
You
right?
have got to be kidding me.
Maybe you just need some more time together to talk about your favorite cooking shows and the Barefoot Contessa and get on the same page.
Guys, I think I'm okay.
Yeah.
Absolutely not. I don't want to see her ever again, period.
All right.
Oh, okay.
I did not see this turn of events happening. But Ryan, thank you for your time, and I'm sorry you had to endure Elise and her hatred of the Barefoot Contessa.
Yeah, okay, whatever.
Yeah. Elise?
Wow.
Well, thanks for clearing that up for me, guys.
No problem. Hey, welcome back to single life.
Oh, man, sweetheart.
I can't wait to see what nut job I'm going to get set up with next.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Just got a text in at 78592 that says that dude Ryan is going to be on TMZ sometime soon. Found hiding in the Barefoot Contessa's kitchen cabinet.
Yeah.
It's Brooke and Jubal in the morning talking about today's second date update. This girl named Elise wanted to call a guy named Ryan to find out why he wasn't calling her back after they went on a date. It turns out she did something terrible and insulted his favorite cooking personality, the Barefoot Contessa. He was hot too, really angry about it.
I don't think we've had anyone on this show as passionate as that guy.
About anything.
No.
Let alone a cooking show.
Yeah.
And people are texting in at 78592. Now it's moved on from them just commenting on the second date update to now they're just arguing about which cooking show is the best. Somebody's texting in like, that Giada girl is the worst. I can't stand her.
She's sexy, though.
I like Giada.
Someone else texted in, she probably likes Bobby Flay.
Yeah, right? Now people are like,
What?
This is why I only watch Top Chef.
Yeah.
And everybody knows the best personality in the cooking world out there is Guy Fieri.
Oh, God.
Everybody knows that.
Take you straight to Flavor Town.
Yeah, Flavor Town.
I'm the coolest chef ever. I frosted my tips. I look like the guy from Smash Mouth from the 90s.
man.
Remember him? I'm a
I
badass.
put my glasses on backwards on the back of my head.
It is impressive that he's still trying to bring flame shirts back.
It really
You
is.
know?
So there you go. Screw the second date update. It's all about the hot topic today, and that is who is the best and worst chef out there on TV. Remember, if you want to do a second date update, all you have to do is email the show. We will call the person that didn't call you back.